5% or less is a little. 15% or more is a lot. It's like it's telling me what is a lot and what is a little.
Right.
On a daily value for like any one thing that you eat.
That's kind of cool. They're educating you.
5%, not a big deal. 15, start thinking about it.
Yeah.
In any category.
Uh-huh.
What do you think? Is that right, guys? You like that? Speaking of protein bars, we have a taste test happening today, which is critical. Mm-hmm. It's critical to the well-being of the show.
Right.
Every so often there's a taste test. This one's courtesy of Mo. Actually, a lot of the taste tests are courtesy of Mo.
I like having fun on this show.
Are you a fun guy?
Yeah.
You describe yourself that way.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad somebody is. We got Ryan back, and he's Super Canada today. He decided to pull out all stops in order to represent. For those of you that don't know, he's visiting us from Calgary, all the way from the west side of the country. And big Calgary Flames fan. So he's got the jersey, the hat. I guess there's a big game tonight, and he just needs to represent out here in Toronto. There's a signature on that shirt.
Yeah, Johnny Gaudreau. He actually, for any hockey fans out there, he scored a phenomenal goal the last game, and I think it turned the whole series around, in my opinion. So we're going to see if that lives up to my expectation tonight. So hopefully you're all rooting for the Flames.
Ryan.
So a bit of a flex going on for Ryan, bringing out the signature for today's episode. Really showing off, which is fine. It's good. Rooting for his team. And Mo, on the other hand, no signatures today.
No signature.
But
Sign my own shirt.
But you brought the taste test stuff. So this time for today, Mo brought these Coca-Cola coffee drinks. And there's two of them. So we have Coca-Cola with coffee dark blend. And we have Coca-Cola with coffee vanilla blend. So, as I mentioned, that's going to be critical stuff on the show. I believe Ryan will be sipping the vanilla. But I don't know if we can get. What are you laughing at, Mo?
Just Ryan getting the vanilla.
Well, you said it. I didn't say it. You were like, see if you can guess which is for who.
Yeah.
And I was like, probably vanilla for Ryan.
Right.
Yeah.
I like vanilla. Vanilla's good.
So there's a dark blend and a vanilla, and I don't know, maybe if we get small cups, even somebody like Will can get a taste test going, and yourself.
I actually already had it. I couldn't wait.
Couldn't resist.
I was like, oh, I gotta try this. I gotta try this myself.
Couldn't resist. Some people are looking for a Bronco update. Maybe that'll happen a little bit later in the show.
Oh, it will. There's a story related to it.
It will happen later in the show. We can get Ryan's take, because I don't know if he's been following the storyline. It's a huge, huge deal here on CNN Plus. It's a top trending story that gets updated on a relatively frequent basis. But big story today, top story today on the coming through on the wire. Thanks to Associated Press, thanks to Reuters, thanks to all prominent news sources, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and among others. Google had a big event today, Google I/O 2022, and we have here the biggest announcements that came via Google I/O 2022. And the beauty of it is we have our very own Google I/O 2022 expert here today. Correspondent.
Yeah, okay.
Mo actually flew down.
Yeah.
And he's back.
Yeah, I made it back too.
He flew down and he's back, and he absorbed everything. He became one with Google I/O 2022. And I said, thank goodness you did, because my morning's been a disaster, I'll tell you what.
You had a hectic one.
My God, I've been knocked around. I've been kicked around. I've been punched upside the head. I'm still recovering. And Mo was like, I got you, because I watched start to finish Google I/O 2022. I made notes. I got all the things that people need to know about. I'm an investor in Google, otherwise known as Alphabet. I am your guy. And I sit across from you, Lou, and I fill in the blanks, and I give the people what they're looking for. So I took a breath. I went, I went, when he told me that. I said, I can rest easy.
I wish all of that was true.
Knowing that I can live inside the warm embrace of Mo's information regarding this event. He can break it all down, not just for myself, but also for the audience here that depends on us for these types of things.
He's your right-hand man.
And at this point in time, we transition actually beyond CNN Plus and we become CNN Ultra today.
You know what? I like the soundboard. I think I'm leaning into this CNN Plus stuff now.
Good.
He kills it. It's just you clapping.
All right, it's time, Mo, for you to break it down for the community as only you can. What happened at Google I/O 2022?
A lot of stuff. In fact, just so everybody knows, I missed a little bit. I missed near the end stuff, but a lot of their beginning stuff, which was, I guess, tech related, software related, was really cool. But we should really break it down step by step with how the Verge did it.
Good
I
call,
can
by
go
the way.
into
I
stuff,
get it.
but we'll start here.
Will, you best get scrolling. You best get scrolling, Mo. Will, somebody. Google is wrapped up. It's 2 hour long. Google I. Well, it's 2 hours long, but what can we really expect from you?
Yeah, it was a long
Got
thing.
stuff to do yourself.
Well, Ryan started distracting me, actually, is what happened.
That might happen. I mean, you see the outfit and you might be distracted. Absolutely packed with news. We heard about AI, Android, and of course, a plethora of Pixel hardware. You guys want to know about the hardware? We got a price on Pixel 6a, $449. Willie Doo loves that price point. He thinks it's a value for money play. And, you know, the Google brand, people take comfort. They go, I know that brand. I interact with that brand.
Right.
Are we talking vanilla Android? You're damn right we're talking vanilla Android, mid-tier phone. I mean, you really don't want to get Willie Doo started on the Pixel 6
No.
because things start happening. Steam starts coming in my direction. I never saw
He's
him
steaming currently.
so aggravated. He used it for a day he came in here.
Yeah.
He slammed, he smacked, he stomped. It was all the things you can do. I was worried for you, actually, Mo, because a lot of it was in your direction.
Right,
I
yeah.
was like, I don't know what Mo has to do with it. It's definitely not his fault.
He's like,
but
you told me Pixel was great.
he had no patience. Will was like, he ran into one bug with his launcher and he just smashed it on the floor.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I
So-
don't think that's what happened, but
It was close. It felt that way. It felt like we were on the cusp of potentially smashing something.
right.
I think Google's going to figure it out. I got a little bit more leeway.
Did you see the camera unit?
Camera Union.
There's a lot of union talk, so
The camera unit, yes. You mean not on the 6A?
On the
specifically?
6A.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you're zooming in to see that. Yeah, look at that right there.
so they got like a
Pill.
pill they got
shape.
the pill.
They got the pill. It's on the pill.
But still, what would you call that that band? I know people had a name for it.
Well, visor.
Visor.
It felt like a visor. I like $449 as a price. I really like the cost of these things coming down, smartphones. I know people are saying, but it's a mid-range phone. What do you mean $449? But it's just, they're getting updated all the time. $1,000 a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Ryan, $1,000 for...
Don't even get me started on inflation.
Ryan, tell the people about inflation. Go ahead.
Yeah, the $1,000 that's a lot of money for a phone, especially when you could just drop it the next day and your screen's smashed. And the $449 you get 2 for 1, right? So if you break one, you go get a new one. It's gonna cost you the same amount of money.
Interesting. I would not-
You might get an extra one for a loved one.
Yeah, and
Look
you're
at
still
that.
under $1,000. I mean,
Yeah.
but.
Well, anyway, so the pill design has got people chatting. It's all the rage in 2022. Pill-shaped things, including, as we mentioned, the front-facing camera on the upcoming iPhone 14.
Yep.
This, of course, is the rear-facing camera on the Pixel. Pixels have been, as far as pictures are concerned, they've been capable devices.
You've always liked them.
I'm open-minded when it comes to this. I have a little more patience than Will does. So I give a chance.
Yeah.
What are they saying about it? Yeah, well, they're obviously focusing on the camera performance as you would if you were them.
Right.
Splash friendly, built-in safety and security. Unlock it with touch. So yeah, fingerprint is good. Customizable pixel interface. Translating languages in real time. They always like the software integration.
They touched a lot on that, the translating. I think they actually kind of open with that.
They had the glasses with the translation as well. I saw a few clips of that on social media. Now he's showing the Canadian price for the 6A, so at $599, but obviously that's less in USD. I don't know, man. Listen.
What do you think about the two-tone thing they got going on?
At the top,
Every
it's subtle.
phone.
It's subtle.
Yeah.
It's a subtle little thing, but I like it. I don't have a problem. I would probably just still get the charcoal. I'm not gonna lie, but the chalk color.
It's interesting.
We got the gray at the top.
Yeah.
The black on the sides. It's a two-tone. It's a stormtrooper effect. So that's a possibility. But
Definitely.
Listen, I like options here. What else do we have for tech specs? All right, so full screen 6.1 inch, up to 60 hertz. Okay, nothing fancy or flashy happening there. 20 by 9 aspect ratio, 1080 by 2400 OLED. We'll take a little OLED. Gorilla Glass 3, HDR Sport, 1,000,001 contrast. High brightness mode. They don't mention, by the looks of it, the... remind me, Will, how you rank or rate brightness.
Nits.
You might use nits.
Couple of nits.
You might use nits. And the people almost forgot that you're a big nit guy.
Yeah. Some would say.
Y'all must have forgot. It's been too long. Over 24 hours of battery life and up to 72 hours of battery life with what? With battery saver mode? What's going on with this chart, Will? That just evaporated. There we go. With extreme battery saver, that's interesting the way they label the battery. 4306 milliamp hours minimum, typical 4410. And of course, you have some fast charging in there. 6 gigs of RAM, 128 storage. You got the Google Tensor Titan M2 co-processor. End-to-end security designed by Google. Well, they got to talk about security and privacy. They're like, yeah, Apple. Hey, Apple, you're not the only one who can say the word privacy. We can say that word. End to end. We can say that word.
Yeah.
12.2 megapixel dual pixel wide camera, 1.4 pixel width, f1.7 aperture. It's decent aperture. That's for sure. That's a big boy. Front camera 8 megapixel, f2 fixed focus, 84-degree field of view. They were talking a little bit about this magic eraser thing. Mo, did you catch that segment?
I did not.
Okay.
I missed that.
A little bit about the magic eraser editing, a little Photoshop for
it's
you.
like a bandage tool.
It might be something like that. Might be.
I'm a big bandage guy.
Well, for sure. Whatever you
For
show
thumbnail.
me, the thumbnail. You're like, Lou, let me show you the thumbnail.
Yes. But look at all this bandage work I did.
Yes. And then you like to get going as well with the Dodge.
With the Dodge.
You like to get going with the Dodge.
I get a little carried away with that one, to be honest.
And then you like to get going with the glow. You'd be like, look at the glow.
Yeah.
You would show me the thumbnail. You go, what do you think about the glow?
Yeah.
And I say, are we doing the glow again?
Glow or drop shadow, they're interchangeable.
We're doing a glow again here. So you got all your other sensors. You got fingerprint unlock under display, fingerprint sensor. We'll take it. I got no problem with it. What more can we say? Well, then you got a price point. And when we're talking in this range, the price point becomes a feature in the sense that you kind of start the conversation for the price point and you go, I know I'm going to compromise on something.
Right.
But I'm gonna make the decision that that's the compromise I want to make. Now, when you look at that price, what do you match up with over in Apple land? You match up kind of close to the SE.
Yeah.
And the SE sure ain't looking like this phone. Now, we know it's a powerhouse, some might call it. Mm-hmm. But it's sure not looking as modern as this phone.
Right.
So you have a little comparison now. You have a little option now. Let me put it to you, Mo. Mm-hmm. You got around $400 to spend on a smartphone USD. You go Pixel 6a or you go iPhone SE.
I'd be curious what the battery comparison is.
It's a huge advantage over here, right? You got, what was it, 4310 milliamp hours?
Then I think that would make my decision easier. Whichever one has the bigger battery.
That's all it would take?
No, that's not all it would take, but everything else, I'm already leaning towards this. This is newer.
So which company would you invest in?
had a feeling we were going to go down
Right,
this
you're
road.
still chewing that protein bar over there. What did I tell you before you started? It's a lot of chewing.
I'm almost done.
Yeah, I know. You got to keep that mic far away because you're chomping and chewing. And you're looking for a drink now.
I could use a sip.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do with the taste test? Well, let's finish up. Let's
finish up Pixel.
let's.
Sorry, Mo.
It's the next segment. Okay, we're gonna finish up Pixel here.
Why don't I go get a couple cups? I'm not really doing anything right
You
now.
should get a couple cups.
I'll finish this too. I'll be back in 20.
20 because you're chewing. All right, let's go ahead and go back to some of the other things that came out of Google I/O, including the Pixel Watch. We had seen this thing because it was
Rumored and leaked.
Shout out Yaniv. Thank you for the super chat. The Pixel Watch is coming later this year with the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro. And what a nice little smooth.
Yeah.
It looks smooth. I would describe it
Very.
as smooth. The transition around the edges and the way that they show the reflection there. It's, I feel that a long sleeve shirt would seamlessly flow over the top of it. And as you reached up to adjust or you reached to something high, they would never snag.
It would never get caught. Yeah. I agree with you. I also love how the bands kind of just like blend right into the watch face instead of having like hooks like the OnePlus watch has like the hooks.
You're talking about like the traditional setup.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So that to me is very cool.
Ooh, we have a video to react to, and they are focusing on this edge as well, just like you were. Oh yeah, smooth, simplistic, minimal type of interface. Look at the way that clicks to. Oh, a little
So
twist
nice.
to it. Careful with the music there, Will. We're on a. Let me tell you something. We're on a copyright.
roll.
We're on a bit of a copyright streak, so let's take her easy. If you don't mind. Only if you don't mind. So what were they saying? Go back up there for a second. Where you just were, okay, help by Google, your favorite apps, Google from Google, like Maps, Assistant, and Assistant is really what it's about. My kids were goofing with Assistant.
Okay.
Hey, Google, this and that.
Right.
I just triggered people. Assistant is on another level. All right. And when you have it, you find ways to use it. It's the most compelling voice assistant, digital assistant that I've interacted with.
Right.
The watch is huge opportunity for that when you have it natively supported and all of a sudden you're talking to your watch.
Right.
Siri is a little more hit and miss. It's probably improved quite a bit. I haven't used an Apple Watch in a while. But that's where this thing really explodes because the reason the smart watch is kind of limited is because you got this capable device on your wrist, but you're still feeling compelled to pull the phone out because it's not giving you everything you want. But if we can have these key functions that actually act as a replacement for pulling the phone out, whether it's nav through maps or something through voice. Obviously, the health stuff we come to expect. Everything's got the health stuff.
When they bought Fitbit, yeah.
Everybody's got the health stuff. Fitbit, of course. Somebody was wearing a Fitbit recently. Was it Will? Are you back on the Fitbit?
Yeah, back to running. I need my step counter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about it?
No,
Shout out in the chat.
I will wear this, watch though. This Pixel watch.
This one is the one for you?
Yeah.
That's the
it's
one
kind
for
of
you.
cool.
I think it's the one for me too.
You like the
Got 2 votes.
slimness of it, or what is compelling to you about it?
Are you asking me or him?
I mean, I was looking at Will, but I know he doesn't. Sometimes.
Mo, you want to go first?
Sure. It's the slimness of it, but also just doesn't seem very busy. Just tell me the time.
Whoa.
And then when I interact with it, I'll want to have the other options and stuff like that.
That
But I
was
just really like the simple watch
You
face.
were a little bit aggressive towards your tech there.
Was I?
You were.
Was I being rude to
You
some
were.
people?
I felt what it was like to be on your bad side. You just tell me the time.
Yeah. Tell me the time.
You.
That's it.
You. Oh, he found some glasses here. There's the little short ones, which are way better for taste testing.
They're like tiny little.
Tiny.
ones.
They're almost like shot glasses. I think it's funnier, and it's really, for a taste test, it's all you need. So Fitbit integration, lovely. You buy Fitbit, figure out a way to get this thing sorted out. I don't know what happens to Fitbit products. They probably hang around and you have your dedicated trackers, but then there's this convergence going on where you've got all this integration with the Google native product. It's curious what's going to happen, but for sure I am interested in this. I kind of, when it comes to the trackers and stuff, I'm always into it.
Right, yeah.
So I'll give it a crack. Did they mention anything about battery life though? Because that's why this Withings is champ for me. It's a month long.
It hasn't.
It's a month long.
I know.
Now I realize I have many of the features turned off in order to enable that, but that's what I want.
Right.
And you know I like options. And some people disagree with the options that I like. But that's the point of options, is we can disagree within the same product and still have it do the thing that we want it to do.
Right.
That's versatility. That's what I like to call that. Well, versatility. The company didn't announce pricing, availability, feature details, battery life, or other hardware specifics like the watch's processor, health sensors, or display type. These questions will likely be answered in the fall closer to the watch's release. Okay.
Yeah.
We just got a little preview and that's it.
Yeah.
Which is okay. And it falls in line with a lot of the rumors and things going on. And how about this? The next generation of Pixel phones is on the horizon. Here's the first look at the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro equipped with the new generation of Google Tensor. Maybe this is the one for Will. Maybe this will fix his problems. Now, this takes the pill shape to another level.
Well, it looks exactly like the iPhone now.
Well,
with the pill and the hole punch.
You mean this is the front of the iPhone on the back of the Pixel.
Yeah.
Interesting. Although, in this case, since the iPhone is just rumored, who knows if it's real?
Right.
I don't know. Apple didn't officially say it. Google officially said it. They said, hey, pill and punch? We got pill and punch. Do you have pill and punch? Well, why don't you say you got pill and punch?
Why don't you say it?
Well, really what we should talk about here is how Google actually has this technique where they go out ahead of, they go way in front of the leaks. They get out ahead of the leaks and rumors. They just say, well, I mean, not in the case of the watch, but they just say, these will be out in a bit.
Yeah.
Take a look. They'll be out in a bit. We'll tell you more later. But they get out in front of it and get people excited about it. As far as the aesthetic's concerned, what can you say about it, Mo?
It's very very similar to the last one. I've been stepping on my words today.
Yeah, well, we caught you off guard here. We sat you down. You were like, am I in today? Am I out today? You were watching the thing. I said, you got to be in because you watch the thing. Plus the people, they love you. And they feel very uncomfortable, possibly antsy when you're not there. They do in the chat and also in the comments. They say,
I want to give Ryan the opportunity to be on the show. He likes being on the show, and I want him to be on the show. It's fun.
Well, he is on the show.
Well, right now he's just getting glasses.
Okay, so he has two tiny little glasses here, and let's just finish up Google I/O. So we have a sneak peek at essentially the Pixel 7, 7 Pro, and a sneak peek at the Pixel Watch.
Pixel A.
The 6A is more than a sneak peek. We have the full product. It's ready to go. Pixel Buds Pro, $199. Pump up the volume with our new Pixel Buds Pro. They check all the boxes with active noise cancellation, silent seal, which they trademarked. Long battery life to keep up with you, and multi-point connectivity to automatically switch between devices. And Google says that's music to our ears. They have a few colors available. I see like a sort of a coral orange thing. There's like a lime and a sky blue. And then, of course, your typical black charcoal.
Right.
Somebody in the chat says Ryan crushed it last episode. Did you know that you crushed it last episode?
I had no idea.
Well, you did, Ryan. You killed it.
It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, you killed and you crushed. So maybe head back to the original article there and just see what else we want to highlight. Obviously, active noise cancellation's got to be on these Pro. If you put Pro in the name of earbuds at this point, got to be.
Yeah.
This is very Apple-esque, isn't it?
Standard.
They got a tablet, Pixel tablet coming next year. Would you say Google has learned something from Apple here about an event? Bombard you with hardware.
Right.
People really want hardware. That's what it is. You can talk about your software features.
Right.
And they can be cool. And guys like Willie Doo can think about it, talk about it, dream about it. But in general, it's hardware. People go, wow, that's a new thing that didn't exist before. Wow, that's a new object I can possibly pre-order, interact with, buy at a later date, recommend to a friend. It's just different when you can touch and feel it, when you can hold it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so Google really brought it. I don't know that I can think of another I/O where they previewed so much
many
hardware. So anyway, there's a Tensor-powered tablet coming. Again, it's very early stage as far as what it will be, but it's been a long time since we had a Pixel tablet. And then this is the part I was talking about with the glasses. This is like some kind of real-time transcription.
Yeah.
And you can see the setting is set to English here. This is kind of conceptual, I guess. You should be seeing what I'm saying just transcribed for you in real time. Now, presumably, you could switch that language as well, right?
Yep.
And that creates a pretty cool scenario. Now, there's a suggestion here that this could be the makings of a Google Glass 2, which is, that feels like 100 years ago
so
at this point,
long ago.
when people were having that chat. I don't even know if you were around here when people were having that chat.
I was too young.
Still too young.
Still too young.
But people, that was so early days that there was nervousness around having a recording device on your face, augmented reality in general was unfamiliar. But this could be...
It wasn't that good either at the time.
Limited application.
Yeah.
Ahead of its time, maybe, in terms of what people were ready for with wearables. Like, you're going to have this on your face all the time. Willie Doo's bringing up some images of what it looked like. It was quite a thing.
Yeah.
It was a little bit cyborg looking, but kind of legendary in the space, even though I'm not sure you would call it a success.
No, I don't think so.
As far as adoption is concerned.
But still very cool. And it's
absolutely
also
cool.
Great to see companies trying new things.
But the glasses they're showing off at I/O, with the transcription being on the side, now obviously you would need glasses yourself in order to see that, to have this conversation, but these look like regular glasses, right? More or less.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a key
Just
right
like
there.
Classic Ray-Ban type.
Yeah. Shout out Legend. Appreciate the super chat.
Well, Ray-Ban has their own too, right?
Well, you got the
Meta.
Meta, Facebook. You got the Zuckerberg stories, which Willie Doo's #1 fan over there.
Which is actually another example of software companies like Snapchat and Meta leaning into the hardware business.
They're leaning hard into the hardware.
He's an analyst. He knows when
Actually, Lou, you're going to love this.
If a company leans, Mo's going to know about it.
If you scroll up, Will.
You talk about Google Lens?
Yeah,
That
but
is
they
cool.
really improved it and added these cool features. The example they're using in this image over here was if you had to buy nut-free dark chocolate or something like that, and you're at the grocery store, you can put your phone to it, and it will tell you which one. Like, remember when you opened the show with the 5% or 15% thing?
Let's go.
You could just take a picture and be like, show me the ones under 5%.
Let's go.
And it will highlight the ones like it's doing over here, like 97% matching your criteria. That's really cool to me. That's super cool and real life use for it. Wouldn't you guys agree? I'm looking around.
You're on fire. You're on fire, Mo. No one want to get in your way.
All right.
No one want to get in your way there.
I don't know, man. That was
blazing.
Super cool.
You were blazing a trail. It was dangerous to get in your way there.
Right.
The way you handled that. This is amazing. This is fantastic. I mean, this is a way. I like that you brought up the nut thing because it's near and dear to our heart with Mr. Willie Doo. He got to go to the grocery store, deal with this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Another example they used was like in medication. If you're in the pharmacy aisle, you can select like scent-free or not these side effects. And like in your phone, you can like see real life. It's so cool to me.
Very helpful.
How are they like translating the data? Is it QR code? Like, I don't understand.
So they're like grabbing the image, finding out what the product is, and then checking what the product entails, and then giving you a score in real time. It's quite amazing.
Google is mapping the image of the wrapper. That's it. That's all they need. There's no QR. You're pointing it at the whole shelf in this case.
Yeah.
But then it's getting the information from Google?
Well, they from
Absolutely.
their websites
Yeah.
and
And then it's going and finding the information.
Of course.
on the
You can
products.
see what's being selected there is highly rated. So it
Right.
even goes beyond. You're looking at the rating of the different chocolates. Like I'm going to pick up that 97 right there.
Of course.
I'll try it out. I got Google Lens.
I don't think this is available yet.
I don't know if it's
Oh,
available.
this is a different software.
Well, at I/O
update.
sometimes
Just
it's-
announced.
they're talking about future stuff.
Oh,
You know,
that's not fair.
What are you talking about, man?
Why I can't use it? What am I going to be?
It's a
able to use
developers
this?
conference, so they try to get developers excited about things that they can build using this new technology.
But this will happen eventually.
Of course, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
they're
feel like they
working on
talk
it.
about
No,
stuff
no,
and
no,
it
no,
doesn't happen. though.
Well, now that they have your blessing and interest, they're going to rush this one to market.
I like instant gratification, so I'd go to
Whoa.
the store right now and try it. But now I've
Well-
lost that luster.
Well, maybe I can interest you in some Coca-Cola vanilla with coffee.
Great
That's
segue.
the best I could do
that's
for
what
you.
I wanna- I'm thirsty.
All right, last piece highlighted here is the focus on privacy. Google tries to show it's serious about user privacy. Google had a set of security and privacy announcements, including plans for the My Ad Center interface, a hub that will let users customize the type of ads they see by selecting from a range of topics they are interested in or opt out to see fewer ads on a given topic. It also said the company is focused on implementing additional security features for its products by default, in addition to the concept of protected computing, to do more processing on device rather than sending data elsewhere. This is very Apple-esque, which is not such a bad thing. Like, I think Apple, they're the masters of these keynotes. They're the masters of interaction with their users and fans and customers. And why wouldn't you learn something from that?
This is something I think
Okay,
you'll love.
you got one more, Mo.
I've got one more. Did you see this? The immersive map thing?
Not at all.
It's essentially you can go and look at that. That's UK. All right, that's London. So you have the map view, but now you can like go immersive and see like the 3D render of the place.
So it's beyond, like, this is not Street View for the record.
No.
This is a composite. Like, that looks like a virtual.
Exactly. They call it an immersive view.
Okay.
And in the Google I/O, the guy was explaining that like if you wanted to just check the weather, I don't know how updated it is, but he was saying that you could check the weather in real time, which is just crazy to me. How do they do that?
I saw another example of this where you go into a restaurant and it's fully rendered.
Yes.
I think mainly because it's like there's photos of the restaurant and then you can get to see the layout.
Which was very cool because the image or the video they showed off in their I/O it looked like a drone shot. Did you see it?
Yeah.
And he was later explaining that it wasn't a drone shot. This is just them stitching images together and making it feel so immersive that it felt like you were flying through the restaurant.
Well, what I like about this, even from the sky here, is that, like, I see in this particular image, they highlighted, it looks like a restaurant or a bar down there. The crow and I can't read it.
Crab.
The crow and the crab. Trying to figure out where you need to be in relationship to a landmark. Like
Across the street from the clock.
Big Ben, yeah.
Big Ben.
Exactly, but now to see it in 3D space, you know kind of exactly where in relationship to the bridge, to the tower, to the clock tower, to everything. In immersive view can be easier to situate yourself before getting there.
Yeah. No, it was very cool.
Which like a flat map is obviously not. It kind of makes the world like a video game as well. The weather thing's interesting as well. Cool. So I think we can do our taste test now. Some people in the chat are upset that Ryan has been ignored as far as his requests for a drink. He's been looking for a drink, and
He's been sitting so quietly.
It's not ignored. It's just respect for. It's just respect for the people as far as the Google I/O just happened, and the breakdown that they need. That's just out of
Right.
respect. And Ryan, you're willing to make the sacrifice for the people,
Oh, of course.
for the information to flow here on CNN Ultra.
No, I'm not dying over here. Yeah, I can. Thanks for. I appreciate it, but I'm
Right.
good. I'm okay.
Right.
I can wait.
You're hanging in there. No, we're going to go ahead and do it now. So we'll give you a little bit of, since Mo says you're a vanilla guy, that's Mo said that, I didn't.
Wait, what kind did you have? You said you've already.
I had
tried it?
the darker one.
Okay. Here we have Coca-Cola with coffee. Maybe you guys want the sound of this?
And Ryan, it wasn't a shot at you that you're the vanilla
I
guy.
know.
It's just Lou every time asks for iced coffee says no vanilla.
That's the bubbling of Coca-Cola with coffee. Not a sponsor.
and vanilla too. See, vanilla.
So here you go. This is your
I don't-
vanilla.
Why doesn't anybody like vanilla?
No.
Or is it because I'm a vanilla guy?
Yeah, it's
Like, I'm
shots
very
fired,
vanilla.
right? It's shots fired. That's all it is.
I like being vanilla.
Oh, geez. All right, there you go. Okay, that's your taste test, and then the dark. Which do you want to taste one, Will? And if you did, which would you go for?
I'll go for the dark.
Dark. Okay, there we go.
Somebody in the chat says space coffee, but we already did that one.
We did the space Coca-Cola. I wasn't huge on it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that. So here you go. This is for Will, and that is the dark. And
I'm good.
You're
I'm
good.
good.
And you're good.
I'm good. Just I'm good.
And he's good because he's the one who sets up these tests. He does not have to partake. So I guess that means I can maybe. Are you gonna
You go
want
straight
more?
can.
You can
I'll
have
go
the
to the
can.
can. Okay, so I'm gonna do the dark first. Here we go. Yeah, listen, it's surprisingly good. This combination of flavors. It really doesn't make sense that it's good, but somehow it's good. It the coffee flavor, well, on the dark one here, comes through.
Yeah.
It really it comes at you. It comes for you.
Yeah, I agree.
It tackles you on the dark blend.
Ryan?
I'll move over to the vanilla now. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, it's better than what I thought it was going to be. I don't notice as much of the coffee flavor. I do get the hint of vanilla.
Okay.
Do you guys remember when there was like a Pepsi Clear? It was like it was clear, Pepsi Clear. I don't know if it was called that. This tastes like that. I remember
Crystal
trying it when I was a
Pepsi?
kid. Yeah, Crystal Pepsi.
I
Anyway,
don't think this
I-
tastes like Crystal Pepsi.
That's what I think it tastes like.
Crystal Pepsi was supposed to just taste like Pepsi, but be clear.
This is bringing me back. This is what I remember tasting.
All right, let me try the vanilla one. Oh, the vanilla one makes no sense.
I had a feeling that was going to be
It makes no sense because all of a sudden the coffee flavor is not prominent enough, and then I don't even know what's going on.
It's Pepsi Clear.
Definitely not Pepsi Clear.
It's Pepsi
Probably just vanilla Coke. It kind of just tastes like vanilla Coke, but the,
Ooh, that was a way better can.
well, they made it real upmarket fancy in that scenario with
Right.
the initial can. Yeah.
With the coffee beans
Well,
on
because
it?
they launched this thing in other parts of the world first, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it took off. People loved it, and then they go, "Okay, we bring.
We bring.
You want, we bring." And so they brought, and now you have Ryan taste testing on the air. I apologize for the fact that you got the vanilla one because it's the dark blend is the only one that should exist. I don't know if there's other one. Maybe there's other ones, but compared to the vanilla.
I like it. I like the vanilla. It's pretty good.
Looks like they got tons there. Is that caramel for one of them?
caramel would be
They
good.
they got a coffee bean in there. Somehow they got it in there. I'll tell you what. Apparently there's some kind of Pepsi competitor as well. Of course there is. Coke does, Pepsi does.
Of course.
I'm confused,
And vice versa.
though. Why you already have caffeine in Coke? It's just for the flavor. Because you already have the caffeine. That's why.
Well, coffee,
go to coffee.
coffee's crushing the world. You know how hot coffee is?
It's always been hot.
And I'm not talking, no. I'm not talking about the temperature. I'm talking about consumption. Coffee consumption, out of control.
Wow.
It's out of control. You got all these fancy drinks. It's not even just about getting a double over at your Tim Hortons anymore. You got mochas, you got iced coffees, you got shaken oat espresso type drinks. Starbucks, I mean, how many ways can you have coffee
Lots.
at Starbucks?
Yeah. Thousands.
And
It seems like they're coming up with new ways every day.
the other thing about coffee is it seems guilt-free. Like you can have as much of it as you want. What do you get? You want a coffee? I'm on my way out. You want a coffee? I'll take a coffee. Whereas the Coca-Cola connotation is like, that's just a treat. That's just every so often. It didn't used to be. It used to be on the daily. But the combination of factors here from a marketing perspective, it's helpful. Because you're like, well, I was going to get a coffee anyway. Why don't I try this Coca-Cola coffee? And in the canned coffee section, even the likes of Starbucks, they got 17 options. In the can, you go in a gas station and take a look, and they're right beside the energy drinks.
That makes sense.
Take your pick, take your pop. Go ahead. You seem very frustrated,
I
right?
was just thinking about the cold drinks, when you put ice on them. So it makes more sense with Coke. You put ice, out, you're not going to drink it warm, right? So you put ice over it. Yeah, who knows? Maybe you start putting some cream in that.
In some parts of the world, they love to drink hot Coke.
Hot Coke?
Really?
Hot Coca-Cola.
Where? I've never heard of this. Will?
Show them, Will.
Where?
You want me to search for it?
Show them, Will. Steaming hot Coca-Cola.
Wow, this can't be that widespread.
Oh, trust me, it's widespread. Look at this. We got recipes over here. Do a Google.
You lie.
Lime and ginger.
Yeah,
Why did you type hot Coke hot?
Hot Coke hot.
So,
Hot Coca-Cola. Can you just write hot Coca-Cola? There you go. What? Ginger juice.
Ginger juice, spicy.
There you go. Hot drink in China. But if you just go to Google Images, you'll see people people are all over it. They're drinking it every day over here. Hot Coca-Cola. Look at that.
Really?
boiled.
Yeah, with a little ginger. It's like, look at that thing. You go for one of those.
I'll try it.
See? See what I'm saying? Look at the bottle there.
Is that the new taste test we're gonna do?
No, look at the bottle on the. It doesn't even look like Coca-Cola next to the Coles. Yeah, look at it. I mean, it's Coca-Cola, I guess. Coca-Cola launches ginger cola hot drink in China. Talking about hot cola.
Oh,
Okay.
so they make it for you. You don't gotta make it now.
Well, I mean, you got to make it.
Well, you gotta just heat it up, I imagine.
You got to heat it up, but that's not too hard. And it's interesting. You put a little lemon in there and ginger. Mm-hmm. Like you can make it yourself.
Yeah.
Just take some Coca-Cola, heat it up, put a little bit of lemon, a little bit of ginger. Have a time.
And you gotta drink. Oh, we gotta try this then.
Have yourself a time. See, Willie Doo doubted me. Willie Doo said, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I didn't hear that, Tony. I thought that was me. I didn't believe
You didn't hear
you.
that? Oh, you were paying attention to it there.
No.
Yeah. Well, the people in the chat, they know. They know what's going on. But some people like room temperature drinks. I know a guy that he'll drink room temperature beer. Mm-hmm. Be like, how can you even do it?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Like even remember when last time I was in China, I couldn't eat. I was trying to get more ice all the time.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Ice is not.
I'm like, I need it cold, man.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't even have the AC on when we were shooting that video.
Yeah.
And
It was hot
I was
there.
stripping down because I was dead. I was a dead man walking, but I wasn't even walking.
I know a guy that puts ice in his beer, actually. Speaking of that.
I don't really have a huge problem with that as long as you drink it quickly
Yeah.
so the ice
you can't
doesn't
have it all
dilute
melt,
it.
Right. Anyway. Yeah, hey, it's up to you how you want to drink your drinks, right? You want to drink them hot, cold, room temperature? You go ahead. It's your drink.
What about frozen? When I was a kid, you used to take a Coca-Cola and you put it in the freezer.
Yeah, because you wanted to make a Slurpee.
That's right.
But it didn't work out that way, usually. Like, it wasn't the same.
I was willing to deal with whatever came out of that.
It was better.
There was enough sugar involved
Yeah.
for me to get involved.
Wouldn't it just blow up the can? Because it's...
Oh, you don't put the can. You can't put the can.
Oh, you pour it into something.
Yeah.
A cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't really put in a can. I mean, you can put the can in if you're really spot on with your timing, which, of course, as a child, you
That's
never
risky.
are.
Yeah,
You
that's
never
risky.
are. So you got your own little slush going on. Apple's going to drop the iPhone Lightning port in favor of USB-C in 2023, claims analyst.
Who's this
After
analyst?
Go ahead, Ryan.
Who's this analyst?
Go ahead. Let them have it. After a decade of Lightning, is it time for Apple to move on? Yes, it's been time for Apple to move on for a long time.
So long ago.
Kidding me with these cables? I don't know. Analysts said, no, they're going to skip over it completely. Now they're backtracking. The same analysts? I don't know if they're the same or not, but it looks like it's Ming Chi. He says, my latest survey indicates that 2H23 new iPhone will abandon Lightning port and switch to USB-C port. USB-C could improve iPhone's transfer and charging. Well, yeah, of course. And they already put it in the iPads and the laptops. Let's get it together. Let's One cable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with the same brand, and I can't even have the one cable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have
like
one
the
of those.
iPad, Yeah.
I have one of those like Anchor with the 2 ports, and I got 2 different cables coming out of it, charging either my MacBook or my wife's iPhone.
iPhone, right?
Unbelievable.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
It's unbelievable what they did to you.
Wait, so this guy, Ming Chi, I don't know how to pronounce the last name.
Kuo.
He is a company analyst, not for Apple though. Like he works for Apple? No, there's no way. Who does he work for?
Will, you want to help out on that?
I think he's just an analyst that's primarily focused on Apple.
Oh, self-exclaimed.
Puts out a little newsletter.
But he has a good track record.
Oh, okay. So he deserves that title.
I mean, if you hit him up on the wiki, he's probably been involved at some point.
Yeah.
Ventured out on his
Oh,
own.
I see. Okay.
Made a couple of bets. Bets paid.
So he's got
Stuck with it.
credibility, is what you're saying.
Oh,
Okay.
Ming Chi comes up on this show 9 times out of 10.
I knew that.
He's trying to say he doesn't watch this show.
Yeah,
Will,
Not enough.
how's that make you
apparently.
feel? How's that make you feel, Will?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, yeah, me too. Quo said that adopting USB-C will improve iPhone's transfer and charging. Well, we learned that a long time ago on all of our other devices. But the rumor was that they would just hop, skip right over Type-C and do this portless iPhone to prove that they never really should have changed.
Right. They're always right.
Yeah, and it is funny to see them say transfer speed because I don't know if the average person is transferring as much over the cable as they used to once upon a time with iCloud and other means of, what's Apple call it again?
AirDrop?
AirDrop. And there's so many ways to it. But at the same time, they keep putting out pro model phones shooting ProRes video at exotic resolutions. If I'm going to use this in that type of environment, I'm going to need a fast way to get that stuff off.
Yeah.
I'm be sitting there forever. So the second part of this tweet, it's expected to see USB-C related suppliers of Apple's ecosystem become the market's focus in the next 1 to 2 years, thanks to vast orders from iPhones and accessories adoption of USB-C. Well, it opens up the accessory market again because you got to get all new stuff that's suitable for Type-C instead of Lightning. There's so many things on Lightning. As it's like so many accessories that people use that use like what about all the headphones that still use Lightning, right?
Or like
All the AirPods,
like the bedroom dock.
the docks.
You've seen the docks, right?
I've
like
seen
with
docks.
the phone, the watch, and
Yeah.
the AirPods.
Yeah. Oh, here's another Apple moment. Apple discontinues the iPod Touch, ending a 20-year run of the iconic iPod brand. I remember the iPod Touch for sure, but I remember iPods in general because it feels like, man, I feel like a lifetime ago with this stuff. That was the game changer, the iPod,
Well, 20 years.
not the iPhone. It was the precursor to the iPhone. And for many kids, it was their first way into the Apple ecosystem, into the App Store. You would get an iPod, and it was cool because you had basically access to all the same apps as somebody who had the phone, if you had the iPod Touch.
And it was super thin.
Super thin. And but prior to that, you had, well, look at that one, the 20 gigabyte with
The
the
video.
polished steel on the back.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was video. I think that's actually before
Oh,
video.
this
That's
is
click,
just the
click wheel.
Yeah.
It was the base model was 30 gigs when they added video. Now video on this tiny little screen,
Yeah, that's the one.
and it was a nightmare getting video on it.
Just you could download like one movie.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it had to be a specific format, or you had to pay Apple $1,000 for that movie.
Right.
It's pretty crazy. The first iPod was introduced in 2001, October, with Steve Jobs famously saying that it could put 1,000 songs in your pocket. Imagine.
Yeah.
That was groundbreaking. Like, because I had been interested in MP3 players for a long time. I had some really unusual devices I would put in my pocket, which couldn't store barely anything. But the fact that I could rewrite songs onto it was exciting enough to me.
Right.
I had a device called the Diamond Rio player. Yeah, you're not going to find it on here, but it was a little bizarre looking gadget that was one of the first MP3 players on the market.
Okay.
Then Creative put something out called the Nomad. I had a Nomad jukebox, which I think was 4 gigs. It increased the storage by a lot. But by the time Apple got into it, they also figured out how to put together an interface that was going to be capable, like you could interact with it with one hand. That was really interesting with the click wheel or the scroll wheel and touch-based input. Like there wasn't a lot of touch going on.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we can do touch. And that was a surprise input. As a user, you weren't used to that type of interaction. And it set you up for the eventual capacitive touch on the iPhone later on, where you kind of were tuned up a little bit for touching things that maybe didn't click the way they used to. Maybe not having a button for everything, but instead having interfaces which were multi-purpose. And so anyway, here's a iPod Touch unboxing on Unbox Therapy from 2011.
Yeah.
And this is what they look. Look how tiny they were as well. The phone looked basically like this at the time. Pretty wild developments. I mean, this was an era where there just wasn't nearly as much content on YouTube. My God.
I actually just watched like one of their older commercials.
Apple's?
Yeah.
With the dancing and the white headphones? Yeah. Yeah, you had the third.
Like time traveling. Oh my God, I really can't speak today. It's like time traveling.
Was that like time and rhyme together?
Yeah.
This is a very important device. If you're a technology fan, there's so many things that this was the precursor to. And maybe devices that wouldn't have happened had the iPod not happened.
Well, I was listening to Bloomberg this morning on my way into work, and they had Tony Fidel, is that his last name? The guy who made this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was saying that like it makes sense that like they should have. He's surprised that the iPad's even been available to this point.
iPad or iPod?
It's iPod.
Yeah.
And but he was going on to saying like, hey man, the iPhone doesn't happen if the iPod didn't happen. I'm out. I'm out, guys. I can't do it anymore.
See, when you get the ball rolling, it's a tough time. I hear you. And this guy looking at you?
Hey, where should I look? You get angry if I look at you. If I look at him, if I look at you. You're mad no matter where I'm looking. I can look at Ryan.
Yeah.
Is that fine?
There's
Ryan's
not much
good.
happening over here. Will, I got to apologize. I got to step out. I'm sorry.
Okay, call Vin in.
Yeah, sure.
He's around.
I'll get Vin in.
Oh, you got a hard out right now?
Yeah.
It sounds like fun. Shout out Jesse for the super chat. Yeah, CD burner and LimeWire, of course. Who doesn't remember those things? And then I'd be trying to get the best deal on CDRs, but I'd be trying to get the CDRs that were most compatible because they didn't work in all players. How crazy was that? I would be going to Canada Computers to try to get the Rytech or the Data because they would be the most compatible. But you pay a little premium. But I went through the Memorex, and I mean, I had everything going. And everybody's car would have these volumes of burnt CDs. Yeah. Like these booklets.
Yeah, like a little tray thing.
And you'd be looking through it, trying to figure out. Damn, man, it was So this solves a lot of problems. And so I would pick up like the let's say the 20 gig iPod with click wheel, and then I'd have an FM transmitter connected to it, and then that would pump it through your stereo in the car, and all of a sudden you had 1,000 songs, and it was like magic that you could carry that with you. And now the whole world is in your pocket with a browser and everything else, and it all started here. I would argue it actually started before this with the Walkman when they put a cassette in your pocket.
Right.
It was already like, wait a sec, technology's going with you.
Yeah.
And then these things happen as a consequence. I know Sony was a big inspiration for Steve Jobs as well, so there's some sort of play over there. But anyway, it's RIP for iPod Touch, and now it's selling out as configurations have now been discontinued. So people are trying to snatch these up as collector's items, maybe.
Get the last ones.
I don't even know if we have one hanging around here anymore, but it's kind of a fun idea, the idea of collecting one of these at this point. The last of the iPods. It's also weird that word goes away too, because that word was huge for a minute. Hey man, you got an iPod? I mean, you wouldn't know because you were after that.
I had 2 iPods.
Which ones did you have?
I had both. They were both touch.
Oh, okay.
But
So you were tail end.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the iPod minis? The nanos and like
Yeah.
the smaller
The shuffle
configurations.
types?
Yeah, so the
shuffle,
mini, the mini was a huge seller, 4 gigs of storage. It was the first one to come in different colors. And I did probably more battery replacements when I had the repair business. I had probably done more battery replacements on the mini than any other unit. The Nano is famous for being so easily scratched that everybody's back plate turned into just an absolute mess. In fact, I believe there was a class action lawsuit at one point over how easy that thing was to scratch on the back and the front, but it looked super cool.
Right.
And then from there, we moved into even smaller Nanos and then eventually making our way to the Shuffle, which was this unusual device where you would just click play and it would shuffle your songs, as the name implies, and you would clip it on your clothing and you
For your runs.
wouldn't really worry about interacting with it.
And then they had a screen on it. Eventually.
Whoa, I must have missed this. I didn't know that
I
they
don't
had.
think that happened.
No? I thought they did.
That looks like a render to me.
Oh.
At least on that form factor. I don't recall that.
Okay. Well, you would know.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know. The devices, since you repair them, right?
Well, I was actually, by the time this device existed, I wasn't doing that anymore. I'm talking about the Shuffle in its tiny little square format.
Is this real?
Maybe it did.
I
have a
thought they
screen.
did.
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
So
I
it
think.
was the sixth generation of iPod Nano. Wow.
But then where's the clip? Because I'm not seeing the clip.
I don't know if it had a clip.
What?
That's a clip. That's a clip right there.
Yeah. It's just.
Okay. Oh, I see.
That's kind of, honestly, with the screen on it, that's kind of a cool player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's not bad.
For, like you said, for working out,
Yeah.
you get like 8 gigs of storage on there and call it a day. And you don't have to carry a heavy phone around with you. There's another company tried to do it as well, by the way.
Who's that?
Was it not Spotify? It was integrated with Spotify. I'm not remembering the name of the brand right now. But they tried to do recently a shuffle type player so you could leave your phone at home. I think they sent it to us. I definitely integrated into a video at one point.
There's the clip.
But it would basically download one of your playlists off of Spotify.
Okay.
So you would always have it with you offline on this little shuffle player.
Like the
Right.
charge port.
It's crazy. You had the 30 pin charge port on that thing. So,
That is huge.
But anyway, they're all dead now, and R.I.P. And it's all about phones now. Phones for everything. Phones for everywhere. Phones for everything, and maybe watches. If you think about it, how different is the watch than
The Shuffle.
The Shuffle he just showed off with the
Yeah.
screen on it. I mean, how different is that? An engineering student created custom AirPods with USB-C charging case. Well, there you go. That was the problem I was just referencing. You take the iPhone over to USB-C, then you got to do all of it. Let's just get rid of Lightning altogether. And so that would obviously include the AirPods, wildly popular devices, obviously. But even the Max model still charges with Lightning. Which you would have suspected that one is so new and it charges right on the headphone. Maybe you could have done Type-C there. But anyway, this guy was so aggravated that he decided to build this himself. And look how complex that is. All the drawings and such to make this happen. But
Whoa.
he created the world's first USB-C AirPods, sort of cracking open his case and replacing the Lightning port with the USB-C port in order to save himself carrying an extra cable. He's like you, Mo. Well, except there's one flaw, I guess, in your scenario, which is you could just charge the phone off the laptop and just plug the laptop in. But so it would be one wall outlet, but still 2 cables.
Still 2 cables.
Still annoying.
Yeah.
And slower charging. But anyway, I like this. Full video coming soon. I guess we're just catching a preview at this point. He managed to design a custom flexible PCB that allowed him to fit the necessary USB-C charging hardware inside the AirPods case. There he is, just dancing to the music. He's like, yep, still works. Still charged. In addition to USB-C iPhone and USB-C AirPods, he managed to add a fully functional Lightning connector to his Samsung. So that's his thing. Connector changer. And what is the name of his channel on YouTube? Exploring the Simulation. We've referenced him before. So shout out to him for changing all the ports in ways we never imagined. exclusive Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 design revealed. You know, I got a question comment yesterday. People said, hey, Z Fold 3, give us an update. Is your thing smashed yet? What's going on here? Do you have any creasing or anything durability-wise? I thought, oh, that's, it's kind of interesting because I don't think I've been all that gentle to mine. Now, it's not like I'm out on the job site or anything, but I don't feel like I feel like I've been especially not gentle to this one. And it's held up. It may have even hit the ground a couple times. Now, I don't want to suggest that is going to be your situation as well. I would never suggest such things because obviously each circumstance is very different. But mine is hanging in there. And I presume it's going to continue to hang in there until the new Z Fold 4, sorry. Anyway, we have some new renders here of what that next gen might look like. And is it a little more inspired by the current gen
Ultra?
Is that the phone you've got right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the camera unit looks very comparable, but it might be completely embedded by the looks of it, yeah.
Oh, does it look embedded?
Well, to the extent that yours is. Because on the Ultra, it used to pop out quite a bit.
Right. No, this pops out quite a bit.
No. But
not
in the
that
past,
much.
It was a
little plate.
It was a honking thing, it was. So... yeah, this looks pretty good. I might do something with that.
It's slim. It looks like the front screen's a bit bigger.
Is that right, Mo?
Maybe, I don't know. Can we see other pictures?
It looks a little boxier on the edges as well. Tim in the chat says, can you ask Will to create an LL Discord or something so the community has a place to be a community?
I have been thinking about that. And I'll join. And we'll have mods and stuff.
Wow. Things are happening.
So, yeah, it's going to happen.
Shout out, Tim.
I think.
You just said it on here. So you have to do it now.
Yeah.
You're locked and loaded now.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. Yeah, you have to do it now. The people,
so we will,
the community needs a place to be the community. You see how that goes, Mo?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bit boxier around the edges. I don't mind that. That might be good. It looks like a sort of matte brushed finish around the edges as well. And maybe the hinge is closing a bit tighter. Hard to tell. But you have a little bit of an angle to it still on the third model. Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
Kind of see through it if you squint your eyes a little bit. Of course, the Oppo device, what did they call it?
Find
N, yeah. They managed to get rid of that little gap altogether.
Quite amazing.
Quite amazing.
Oh, here's the screen. Is that bigger?
It might be bigger. Yeah. Oh, the dimensions are below if he scrolls down. So we'll find out. Yeah, these exclusive Galaxy Z Fold 4 images reveal how the design has evolved from the Z Fold 3 of 2021. On the front, it'll have a 6.2-inch cover display and a 7.6-inch display on the inside. It'll have a high refresh OLED panel that will challenge Samsung's current flagship, S22 Ultra. And we likely also get to see an improved version of the under-display camera when it is unfolded. I almost never use that camera, but if you have to, it's not the best. So I guess improvements would be welcome.
Yeah.
In this department.
Wow.
Oh, I'll line up for that. I mean, not physically, but like metaphorically. I get excited about the folding things.
You do, yes.
Best Buy employees break into Stellar Zone Defense. Stellar Zone Defense.
Did you see this?
To stop shoplifters. These retail employees had a game plan and executed immaculately. I did not see this, no, but I'm very excited about this.
I watched this.
Okay, go ahead and hit me with it. This was posted by NFL Memes on Twitter. Music. Okay. So they all go in at the same time, snatch a bunch of display phones. There's 3 of them. They're just yanking.
Trying to rip the cords.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
You're right. They hit a decent defense there. It definitely looked like some football happening. Bang. Let's go. Like, this has definitely happened
Dude, he
before.
squad up real fast.
This has definitely happened before. Now, what I want to know, where's the first guy? Did the first guy get passed? And then the other two.
Which one's the first guy? Gray
First
hoodie?
guy, gray hoodie.
Okay.
Tight gray hoodie. So I think he gets the cleanest snatch.
And he
Bang.
goes one only.
We can't see him, but I think he gets out. Or does he?
No, I think he's out.
He made it out. But the other.
Yeah. This guy got greedy. He's trying to take 2, 3.
I mean,
This guy.
they don't come off there that easy. Isn't it amazing
think
that
this
that little security detail makes all the difference? That extra second that you're having to yank in, it gives the employees a chance to kind of
Get in the way.
set themselves up. My man diagnosed the fact that this is a run play right before the ball was snapped. Definitely has instinct. Yeah, it really did. They definitely trained it. Like, for sure they trained it. For sure they have practiced this scenario, which is good because in that type of moment, it's there's some panic involved. You don't, if you didn't prepare for it,
Right. You freeze up.
you have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for sure this has happened before at this place. For them to be that capable and having that instant reaction to get the formation going. Because they look at that formation. It's a beautiful looking formation.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
They got the arms spread out.
Yeah.
Like, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
So
You know what this made me think about is how every time I go to a Best Buy, the employee to people inside ratio is there's so many employees.
So you think it's a security thing?
I was blown, like this made me think about that, where I was just like, for every one person in there, there's 3 employees.
Somebody says gray hoodie was offside anyway. It might be true, actually. You know, it might not be a fair play as far as. I definitely, if I got to bet on one of these two teams, I'm betting on the Best Buy team. The way they hit the formation so quick. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, you are doomed. And these guys thought, oh, we're just going to hit the section right at the front of the store and scoot out of there. They had their plan in place. They're like, we're only going to be in the store for, they weren't even in the store for a minute. And they got hit with the defense. It wasn't like they had to run from the back of the store to the front.
No.
So ready.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. You got to love it. Shout out to Glavin. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Elon Musk would reverse Donald Trump's Twitter ban. Yes, I heard about this.
Yeah.
This would be, Vin would get stuck on this topic for sure. Where is he, Ryan?
I didn't go searching for him. Because
What happened?
I had to do it.
A call?
Yeah.
Are you
call?
okay? Are you okay? You seem a little caught off guard.
Oh, not me.
Did the call go in a positive or negative way?
No, it's all good. I'm just gathering myself to get back in the hot seat here.
Shout out in the chat.
Well, I think that the people are happy to see you. I hope that makes you feel better.
What did I miss?
Well, right now we're just talking about.
Well, he would have loved the last one.
Yeah.
But
We can't go back.
Oh,
in
no,
time.
we can. Just let him get
I don't know. I don't think we can go back.
Really?
I don't think the show's capable of going backwards, only forwards.
Oh, wow.
We can get your take on this one, though. Elon Musk is going to, it says he would reverse Donald Trump's Twitter ban.
Ooh, that's juicy. Is that yours, Will? Good. Nice topic.
Well, we thought that Vin would love something like this.
He
as far
absolutely
as the
would.
topic.
But he's also a controversial guy, so I think this might take a while for him to get off his chest.
Oh, we'd be here for 2 hours.
Yeah, for
A lot of
sure.
breathing. Heavy breathing.
Yeah,
He
a
would
lot of
get
pondering.
halfway down a number of scenarios, never travel the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody once said he interrupts himself.
Yes, it was my favorite comment.
Vin's the only guy that interrupts himself.
he's in deep thought, man. Anyway, this, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, personally, I'm not even a big Twitter guy. I'll be honest with you. I'm not on there. I don't know what he's trying to prove by saying he can come back. I don't even. Who knows if Donald wants to come back?
Actually,
Doesn't have
he
his
said
own
that he
thing?
won't.
Of course he won't. So this is just optics.
Well, no, he was asked. He was asked in an interview, would you be willing to reverse the ban? Even though Trump has come out and said, I got my Truth Social thing going on, and that's where I'm at. But Elon's been such a freedom of speech topic guy that he's going to be asked these questions. There's never been a higher profile banning than Donald Trump, president of the United States. So he's not, so long as this transaction goes through and he buys Twitter, he's going to face this question forever. So he might as well just answer it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's not going anywhere. The richest man in the world agreed to $44 billion to take over Twitter last month. He said it was not a done deal and that ideally it would be completed in the next 2 to 3 months. I mean, this is not an easy thing to transition this. Twitter's decision to ban former U.S. president was morally wrong and flat out stupid. That's a quote from Musk talking to the Financial Times at the Future of the Car Summit. Trump was permanently suspended due to the risk of further incitement of violence following the storming of the Capitol. The Tesla owner said, I would reverse the permanent ban, but I don't own Twitter yet, so this is not a thing that will definitely happen. He said the ban had not silenced Mr. Trump, but by making him move onto his own Truth Social site, it had amplified his voice among the far right. He pointed out that Mr. Trump had previously said he would not return to Twitter, even if his account was reinstated. So, even now that he's answered that, they're still going to ask him when, and they're still going to ask Trump. It's the scale of it is the thing that is hard to wrap your head around. Just how much activity was generated by Trump when it was like when he was at his peak interactions.
Yeah.
It was like you would look at these tweets and just be shocked at the amount of activity around them. Shout out Diablo. Thanks for the super chat. So there's no way to just wipe that out. There's no suspension that just makes people forget completely, particularly his fans. I don't know what his follower count was at the time of departure, but it had to be close to Elon's current follower count.
I would imagine.
He's arguably the biggest influencer on the platform right now. And the biggest question that people have, specifically when the conversation gets political at all, about the leanings of social media in general, specifically Twitter in this case, then the next follow-up question is when can we have Trump back?
Yeah.
Or when will we have Trump back? Or will we ever have Trump back? And so Trump's going to continue to face those questions, and Elon's going to continue to face those questions. But actually, if you scroll up a little bit, stop right there. Elon is really into this left-right thing. Like, he's fully going at it.
Yeah.
Head on.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to be too worried about retribution, or I guess he owns the company.
Yeah. It's a private company. He can do what he wants. But he does want it to.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant by that. I just meant like public opinion. I guess. I didn't mean because he doesn't actually own the company yet, anyways. But he's been putting out tweets and memes about left and right, far left, and even a quote here: "Victory would be the far right 10% and the far left 10% being equally upset." Then you know you're somewhere in the. That's essentially what. But of course, the groups are underneath that tweet saying, "Absolutely not. The far right is this, or absolutely not. The far left is that." And you can't include us in the same conversation. He has an impossible job in front of him.
I don't know why he took this
to satisfy these groups and to answer these questions. This is maybe the most complicated job. I know it sounds insane to say that. You're like, but he's got an assembly line building electric cars in the United States.
He's trying to get people on Mars.
And he's enormous. And you're like, that can't be. But this one, when it comes to humans and nuance, it's messy, man. People are messy.
Because people got feelings.
Those
emotions.
Those pesky things.
Yeah.
Those pesky things.
Get swirly.
We'll wait and see what happens with that. But I don't even think Elon and Trump like each other that much, because he was on that committee as an advisor And he bounced, and he was like, I can't work with that guy. I don't know if those were the terms, but there was something along those lines where he said he wasn't getting anything done. So I don't know what terms they're on. But maybe this is an olive branch, him saying, I'll have him back.
Yeah.
But it is interesting now as a platform owner trying to generate value in the platform.
I don't think he can.
I don't know.
Isn't it a moot point? He's not coming back. There's no way Trump goes back to
But
Twitter.
what are you basing that on?
Based on the fact that he has his own platform now, and he's already moved over most of anybody that is interested in hearing what he has to say.
But but the reason his interactions were so high was as much about the people who were angry as the people who were happy. The people who were following him because they liked him, I don't know, they may have even been a smaller number than the people who followed every word he said because they were mad at him.
Exactly.
His interactions were doubled up. And if you have a social media that you're trying to promote, where better to promote it than the old social media that you were a star on?
Yeah, I don't know. For what he's into and
you just don't see it happening.
What? No, he's...
what if he's running again for election? Why wouldn't you go to this place where you can really broadcast?
You have to think about how much money he invested into this. It's not cheap to create a social platform, right?
Right. But he doesn't have to use Twitter as his exclusive social platform.
Oh, use it as like an advertising
mechanism, right? Because it's
okay.
public. Everyone already has it, or at least a lot of people, a lot of his users.
But isn't it just as much the negative on Twitter for, the feedback he was getting when he posts his tweets? So it's not necessarily going to be a positive reflection in terms of like running another campaign to run for president. Like, I don't see how that... You're saying that
I'm talking
it's
about
just
velocity.
more exposure.
I'm talking about velocity. So there you have this group of people that's not open. I'm talking about amplification. That's not open to the message from the individual. He puts out a message that is suitable for some individuals. What happens through velocity and amplification on social media? All interaction leads to that post surfacing more frequently in order to uncover all the individuals who would like whatever the message happens to be.
I get what you're saying. There's going to be a percentage, whether it's small or large, that are going to see something he's putting out there. Otherwise, they wouldn't see it.
I'm saying that your own outrage acts as a vehicle for somebody else's message. That it's trying to stir you up. It's trying to get your attention. It's like these shoes right here. you couldn't leave it alone. You absolutely couldn't leave it alone. When it comes to people's political opinions, they can't put it down. It's so strong that no matter what the troll is or what the message has, the hook is there. They bite. They bite. They pump. They reply. They retweet. They subtweet. And social media is not really set up for this. Like, social media, it thinks tons of interaction. It must be important. As the connotation, it's not like on YouTube you had a thumbs down button. On Twitter, what do you have? An angry response? An angry reply? There's no ranking. It's not like 20% of people like it and 80% don't.
So you think he would go... I'm just curious to hear your opinion on this. You think he would go back or he'd consider it?
Well, what I'm trying to get at is that there could be a circumstance in which Elon makes certain concessions if he really wanted it to happen, that he could personally aid in attracting him to come back if he really cared to do it. If it all depends on what Trump's future looks like. I don't know. Is this even a thing that people know? Like, is he for certain running again?
I don't know. You make a good point. I could see him coming out if he was invited. I could see him coming back. Hey, they want me back. Like he would.
It's all about the circumstance. I mean, he'll do a press conference.
Yeah.
Coming back to Twitter.
Okay, I'm not ruling it out then.
I don't know.
You convinced me.
I'm not even trying.
That it's possible. I didn't think it was possible. I did not think he'd ever, just as like a pride thing, go back there.
But it's a new owner. It's not even the same regime.
You make a good point.
Anyway. 7-Eleven Ford Mustang revealed with pizza holder and coffee stand. Shut the hell up.
That's what I was going to say.
What's this?
Shut the front door.
What revealed?
It's a limited edition, like modified 7-Eleven Ford Mustang. And I even oh my God.
Oh, they got
that's cool.
stripes.
They're giving it away in a contest. It has the 7-Eleven look. Look at this photo with the
the
fog
fog.
in the background
It's
and the
like
glowing 7-Eleven.
Back to the Future.
ominous.
Just want to go to a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did it for, Mo.
Yeah.
To attract me.
Right.
7-Eleven has revealed a custom Ford Mustang GT design with unique features that were suggested by fans who can now enter to win it. So the fans, it was interactive. They got to say what they wanted it to look like and what they wanted to have. The Model 7-Eleven was built by Galpin Autosports of Pimp My Ride fame and wrapped in a 7-Eleven paint scheme. Built for speed and snacks. Need for Slurpee. How about Slurpee coming up more than once on this episode? That's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Slurpees are good.
We didn't know we would land here. We didn't know that the beginning of our path towards this Slurpee was the coffee Coca-Cola, which led us to the freezing our own Coca-Cola. Like, how could we have? Couldn't predict such things. I didn't know about this story. Slogans splashed across it include built for speed and snacks, need for Slurpee, and another one bites the crust.
Wait, what am I looking at? I'm confused. What
This is a pizza slice holder slipping into the cup holder.
It's between, those are the two seats, the
I feel
front
like
two
I'm
seats.
upside down or
You are.
something.
You're in the driver's seat.
Oh,
Looking
I
down.
see. Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
the cup holder has an extension which allows you to insert a pizza slice that
Just one slice.
will not fall.
Or you stack them.
There is stack them, yeah.
Stackable.
That's a good one, Mo.
Oh, here's a better view to give you an idea how that looks. And you got a big cup holder there for the big gulp. Gotta get that big
Oh,
gulp
look at
in there.
the gear shift.
It's a slushy.
It's a slushy.
You're damn right it is. You're damn right that's a
That
slushy.
is sick.
You know, this reminds me of when 7-Eleven did, I think we may have covered it like a long time ago, where they did, you could like stay at the 7-Eleven for 24 hours or something and eat whatever you want.
And play video games.
Yeah,
and
and they,
snack.
like, really cool.
Dream come true.
They do some fun stuff.
Legend in the chat says the top speed is 7-11 miles per hour.
Chat coming in hot today.
The car is equipped with an automatic transmission which has a shifter grip replaced by one shaped like a Slurpee that looks like it will be as cold as the frozen drink to touch in the winter. Well, that's probably true. The Mustang seats have been reupholstered with fabric inspired by the stripes featured on 7-Eleven storefronts. And I guess you can enter to win it. You've also got an air freshener. Look at that.
Yeah.
What does 7-Eleven smell like? Coffee. That's right. Misspelled, by the way, in this article. Missing one F. Thank you, Fox News. One day you might be able to get on the level of CNN Ultra.
Willie do.
That was a good find, Will, that 7-Eleven article.
Not that Will has never made a spelling error on any of the clips.
Where do you find this stuff? Are you on the dark web? I never see
I have
these.
my sources.
Yeah, you got your
Ryan.
sources. You're a true reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They changed the emblem as well?
Whoa.
A night owl logo replaces the Mustang's pony because you're a night
night,
owl. You gotta
7-Eleven.
go to 7-Eleven.
Wow. You
Let's
think Mustang's
go.
okay with that?
Well, yeah, I think so.
They're not like Ferrari.
You don't choose Ferrari. Ferrari chooses you. I feel like that's gonna live on this show for a little while. You don't choose Ferrari. Ferrari chooses you.
So I think the contest is on the 7-Eleven website.
That night owl is sick on the front. That is so cool.
is definitely
not
cool
enough
looking.
birds in cars and emblems and car names.
You don't really think of birds.
Oh, I do.
Hey,
Firebird.
no, they had the Eagle Talon.
I know, but they're all gone. All these classics.
Yeah, they are
The Eagle needs to make a comeback on the car.
I don't know if
Or
it
the
translates with cars.
Oh, do you know what? There's a track hawk.
Yeah, Trackhawk. That's a Jeep Grand Cherokee
Yeah,
model.
but I don't think there's a giant hawk emblem on it. I just need giant bird emblems. I need them. No?
Was it
Okay.
the Eagle Talon? Is that a car? Eagle
Absolutely.
Talon?
Yeah.
It was,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was a Dodge vehicle. It was a Chrysler vehicle. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Cool at a time.
Talon.
All right.
People are saying Firebird, Thunderbird. There's been birds.
There's a couple
but there's no
birds.
bird right now. I need a bird right now.
All right, here's your bird.
Oh, wow.
Hey, only on CNN Ultra. You don't have to do it again, Will. The size of an eagle is crazy. I guess they're saying it's big. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, look at this. Wow.
Oh, that beak.
Man, don't. And those eyes.
Oh.
Those eyes are no messing.
No.
There
No
will
mess.
be no messing. God.
So scary.
Bald eagle we're looking at here. And I guess it's in some sort of rehab or something. It's being held in a towel. Those talons are going to mess you up too. I don't know. You guys ever seen that thing where they take a golden eagle and they're hunting foxes, I believe?
No.
In, where is it? Tibet or somewhere over there. Mongolia, maybe?
Okay.
They're actually, or wolves. They're hunting wolves with a golden eagle.
Really?
It's strong enough to actually grab one by the back and lift it up.
Wow.
That's what you're talking about.
Wow.
Golden eagle hunting wolf. There you go.
Golden eagle is the largest wingspan
It's gonna be-
bird, I think, in the world. Maybe.
Whoa, I didn't realize how big these birds are.
The golden eagle. It's a lot bigger than the bald, though. Like
It's-
you're talking.
It's
double.
it's bigger than the bald. It's a It's a very.
Look at that thing.
Whoa, you weren't kidding.
But it's not the biggest bird in the world. I don't think. I think you have some sort of condor. Or... You want a challenge on that?
Nah,
It looks
we'll
like
check
the
it out
biggest
later.
like flying bird.
I'll check it out after the show.
Like, well, I guess it depends if we're talking weight, wingspan, as well as a number of factors there. But all right, Will, let's get to the bottom of it because Ryan put the challenge out there.
I was
Let's
just-
get to the bottom
look.
of it. Ryan put the challenge out there.
You said the different
biggest bird in the world.
attributes, and I'm going wingspan. I'm saying wingspan.
Largest
yeah.
wingspan is what he wants.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to pull up an ostrich or something like that.
No.
That thing's a bit of a beast. There we go.
What is
Condor, yeah.
Just get out of here.
Yeah, it's they might be they're extinct now. What's 20,
right.
24-foot wingspan?
Oh, are they like flying over the water for like most of their life? That's why they have
a lot of the time, yeah. What else do you have in there? Yeah, click on that one because the graph is bigger
Alright.
on the left.
I stand corrected.
So the top one is some type of condor. You have the albatross, which was the other one I was thinking. A turkey vulture is pretty good. You can see the bald eagle over on the right. I don't know why they don't just put a golden eagle on this.
Yeah, it's got to be the golden. It's not bald.
Yeah, I don't know what they're. That one might have one. That one might have one. So yeah, there's the albatross, 11.8 feet.
Oh,
The
pelican.
great white pelican, 11.8. There's a couple condors. There's the golden eagle, 8.2
I'm
feet.
not even close. Not even close.
It's definitely the largest eagle.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
And the scariest bird of the bunch, probably maybe outside some of those vultures, if you happen to be dead or injured. But the golden eagle is terrifying in the sense that it's a predator. It kills animals
Yeah.
in order to live. The vultures mostly pick up the roadkill,
Yeah.
the dead creatures, and obviously those seabirds are doing what they do. Probably
Out in the ocean.
problem for fish and so
Yeah.
forth. Not so much wolves. It's really crazy the way they train them, by the way, using saliva to come back to them. They spit in each other's mouth. It's really intense. You can
Whoa.
watch the documentary. They have to get them as babies, these golden eagles, in order to train them to hunt these
The wolves.
wolves,
Yeah.
foxes, whatever it is that they're doing.
You did a deep dive on this, eh? A late night YouTube.
No, as usual.
Okay.
As usual.
Hey.
I mean, this is the stuff that the people here on CNN Ultra need to know. So I can't let them down. Hey,
That's great. I put this story in for Will. To me, this is the combination of both his options. What? Yes.
A new option.
But not really, because you have to wait a million years.
Another 2 years.
But to me, it's just kind of like amazing that they like put two, like they put the off-road rugged and the EV, and announced it. We scroll down, you can see they're bringing back the Scout,
it
which
is.
I didn't even know was.
That's your attribute.
It's an EV option.
No. This is just the Scout.
Can you see Will driving that?
I
my
think
God.
he could pull it off, actually. I might.
With Otis in the back.
Farmer's
That might
hat,
work,
you know,
man.
straw in the mouth.
That's from 1961, okay.
Here, can you hit that according to? Right there. This will be the mock-ups. This is more what
Oh,
you're
okay.
actually looking at. You can scroll down.
VW aims to launch Scout, an EV off-roading brand, rugged SUV and pickup truck in production in 2026. It's going to take a little time, Will, but we think you're going to love it.
Hey, I always like that boxy look with the Jeep and the Bronco.
Yep.
Big fan.
The bottom one looks a lot like Rivian.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yeah.
Shapes that they got going on there. All electric. That's what Will wants, one day at least. VW Group is on the precipice of launching a new dedicated EV company in the United States called Scout that will produce an all-electric pickup and rugged off-road SUV geared toward the American consumer, because those Americans love those SUVs, don't they?
Yeah.
Just like you,
And
Will.
trucks.
Yeah.
An American like you, Will.
I like him too,
Yes.
Will.
The company's supervisory board, which is chaired by Hans Dieter Potsch, will vote on the matter May 11th. Wow, this is very serious. They're having a vote on the matter. I
Really?
guess it's kind of a big deal to have a whole new brand. It's not so much to just have
Yeah.
a new vehicle under the VW heading, but to just go new brand,
brand.
like how Jeep is.
Yeah.
See, like Ford, they just go Bronco. They got the history.
Yeah.
They don't need a whole new brand. Maybe it's a good idea.
Well, Scout was originally to compete with Jeep.
Scout sounds kind of cool.
It doesn't sound too bad.
I don't mind Scout.
It's kind of like a dog's name.
You thought about it?
Yeah.
It's Kovu's alt name.
Scout, but don't you think?
He would have some type of bandana
Yes,
for sure. If he was Scout.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Boy Scout. Isn't that where it's derived from? Or no, it's not.
Oh, maybe.
Like a
Yeah.
Boy
Scout,
That makes more sense.
No, a Scout is like a military term.
Yeah, so
it's
you're
a
out
type of
there
rank, military
and
rank.
you're scouting. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Scouting off road.
Yeah, you're
in
out
a
there,
fully
you're
electric.
scouting.
I mean, it sounds cool. Like, if you're a Scout, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. I could get on board with one of those. Will you get the truck, or I'll get the truck. You get the SUV. We'll go scouting.
All right.
You can scout together.
Right on.
Hang on a sec. Scout will have its own underlying platform designed for off-roading.
You got to scroll down. Will.
Will's somewhere in another planet.
I thought
right
you were
now.
reading the.
It's
comments
unclear
there.
where Scout will be located
chat.
or where the vehicles will be assembled. It'd be unusual for an independent brand to set up shop at VW's Chattanooga plant, particularly considering these new vehicles will not be built on VW's modular electric drive kit or MEB platform. So it's like they're saying whole new deal, whole new brand. Is anyone else doing this? Big automaker, just whole new brand.
Hyundai,
For electric.
they did Genesis, but I don't think Genesis has an electric vehicle, or they're working on one maybe.
What about Ionic? That's sub brand.
But I think it's still Hyundai.
It's just their series of electric
Yeah,
vehicles.
I don't think it's a new brand.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So
It would be like BMW has Mini,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be along those lines. But I don't know in SUVs other than Jeep. Jeep is a brand,
Yeah.
but it's sold. Would this have its own dealerships, or would it be sold at VW dealerships?
These are very interesting questions.
I would say VW, but I'm a big speculator, so I don't know anything.
Hey, that color,
time
the,
speculator.
the color of that Scout would suit your outfit.
It really would,
for the
yeah.
flames.
Oh yeah,
That's a whole get up right there.
and that's got a little cowboy to it.
I think if
you ever been to Calgary,
the Flames
Stampede.
the Flames win the cup, and you scoot around in a Scout with this outfit on. Beep 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 beep. 1961 Scout 80 with a removable hardtop. It goes convertible.
That
Nice.
honestly looks like it could be like a model car, just like in like the background's like not even real. It's like the little mini.
Oh
car.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool though.
nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
What do you say, Will? Think about it.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Gamer fired after accidentally adding boss on Xbox while working from home.
What is this even about?
So he got caught working from home, but not working so much, I guess. That's the idea here. There are plenty of great benefits working from home. Well, we've been covering this with Apple.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, let us work from home. We're so much more productive, and there's more time to game.
Yeah.
The strong-willed of us ignore our consoles until the workday is over, but our fallen friends, they're lured in by temptation of one more mission or one more round.
That sounds like my kids.
Let's go one more.
Just give me one more. One
Yeah.
more round of Fortnite, right?
Where are we landing, boys?
It's something that one Xbox player has recently discovered the consequences of.
Well, yeah.
Xbox gamer Brandon recently took to the TikTok account placement code to share his cautionary tale. According to Brandon, he recently got fired from his job for accepting his boss as a friend on Xbox while he was working from home. He said, "So I got fired from my job today." All right, why don't you just play the TikTok? Let's see what he says.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I got fired from my job today. Don't add random people on Xbox because apparently bosses do that now. And I'm work from home. I play Xbox. You know what I mean?
You're supposed to feel sorry
the
for him.
boss sent him
An
a
invite.
request. He accepted.
And then he said, "You're fired."
Yeah. Wow.
You're just because you can see the guys playing games.
Yeah.
Like once you have a friend, you can see
can
what they're
see
currently
what game
playing,
they're playing.
unless they block their privacy preferences. It's a little,
Who goes to
a little
that length,
intense
though?
move.
Why?
I mean, I presume in this case the boss would have been speculating. Probably nothing was
Right.
getting done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, do you know that guy's Xbox whatever?" And gets on there and
yeah, and maybe it's like one of those situations where, as an employer, you have to have like a serious probable cause. You just can't go and like fire people, or you know what I mean. Like, so maybe that's what they were.
well,
looking
let's
for.
see what the email says. If you go back and because he had it in the background of his video.
Right. So hit play and then just pause it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
see if we can read it.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, it goes
my
back.
God.
TikTok,
Who
Jesus.
can read quick here?
Oh my
I can get the first sentence.
God. I was hoping to catch you before
You left, but our lawyers were unavailable for guidance before 4 p.m. today. Upon advice of counsel, you are hereby terminated. And then it blacked it out. For cause, you may not enter our, maybe it's
premises.
Have any personal effects here? Please let us know. Guy, put your head down a bit.
He's saying, I don't think he's too concerned about
Talking
it.
to the TikTok.
Hey, we got the gist of it, though.
Yeah, well, but here's another thing: don't add random people, anyways,
Yeah.
on anything.
Yeah.
Maybe they played a couple games and the boss was really good.
Don't add.
This is
Don't add
weird.
random.
I agree.
Really?
know.
Are
I'm
you
just
adding?
painting a
Do you
picture.
add random?
Never.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just maybe people do.
Sometimes I even wonder if any of this is real. Like, I'm like, did this guy just make this up?
Yeah, it
Did he
doesn't
have a
have-
fake
yeah.
email behind him?
Yeah.
Just a website.
Now he's got
Just
a million views.
Just a TikTok video.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is.
He doesn't look like a good employee. I'm sorry. I have to say that.
Oh my God.
He looked kind of, I don't know, like he didn't
Well,
look like a hard worker.
He was definitely
His
not a
hair's
good
not really
employee.
done.
Are you
He's
say-
not clean.
I
I
don't
don't know.
Do you think is it something to do with the fact that he doesn't seem very upset that he got fired?
Yeah, like he doesn't seem like a working guy. He seems like he's playing video games all day.
Okay, so then maybe he's not lying. Maybe that is who he is.
He's doing the
Maybe he's
eye
telling
roll
the truth.
thing. I don't
know.
trust this guy. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I don't trust
All
him.
right. Well, thank you for letting us know. I don't know what we do without you.
If I lost my job, I'd be basically crying. This guy's all smiles and laughing.
Well, maybe it was a while ago.
Yeah, okay, fine.
And he's looking for TikTok content now that he's an independent.
Yes, yes. That's a good move.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, that time I got fired." No, I don't.
All right.
I don't know. Work from home stuff is all really recent, so it's
right.
probably is recent. EA confirms FIFA 23 will be the last FIFA. What?
Yeah. The title got me, but it's actually just the naming of it.
They're gonna call it something else?
Clickbait.
Yeah.
That's right. FIFA 23. So then we have to put this title in our clip too.
Of course.
It's only fair. If we get trapped, we get trapped together. That's right. FIFA 23 will be the last FIFA as we know it, as the popular video game's name will be changing after EA Sports and FIFA end their nearly 30-year-long partnership. Today, EA Sports announced that the name of everyone's favorite football game would be changing. Join the club. Learn more. EA Sports FC. Yikes. Not as good. With a press release,
is the
football
new
club.
name?
I don't know. With a press release being issued on their official website that reads, "I want to start by thanking this incredible community of more than 150 million fans for helping build the world's biggest football entertainment platform, EA Sports FIFA. After nearly 30 years of creating genre-defining interactive football experiences, we will soon begin an exciting new era. Next year, EA Sports FC will become the future of football from EA Sports. That's right. The FIFA video game as you once knew it will be no more. EA Sports were quick to reassure fans that everything you love about games will be part of EA Sports FC. The same great experiences, modes, leagues, tournaments, clubs, and athletes will be there, just not the FIFA name. Why not cut a deal, man? 30 years? You're promoting both things. You're creating FIFA fans.
I agree. I think that you gotta figure those things out, man. Like, what are we talking about? A few dollars, some feelings, Will.
But hasn't
emotions.
FIFA been getting like not the best coverage for the last few years? Like people haven't been pro FIFA.
Oh,
I don't know.
So maybe this is EA taking a step back and being like, you know what? Maybe we don't want to be attached to FIFA right now.
Well, you obviously know more about it than I do.
yeah.
I've just heard rumors.
That's
so don't
more
trust
than I know.
anything.
Heard
CNN.
rumors and then spread rumors.
Yeah, exactly.
We have something interesting from Nike here. Nike seems to not mind. Nike Football tweeted, "Football meet future" with a handshake emoji. "We're proud to be partnering with EA Sports FC to expand the future of the beautiful game. More to come July 2023. You ready?" Was Nike involved in some way or another? Do you want to play that video, or what do you think? Copyright infringement?
Sure.
8 seconds. I think we'll be all right. It doesn't even look right. EA Sports FC. Nike? Or Nike involvement? I don't know. Who knows now? Now you look at these negotiations, you try to wonder who has a problem with who,
Right.
who's getting around
Moving
what,
parts, yeah,
who's
I agree
paying
with you.
who. These are the complicated things that happen in the media business, Ryan,
Yeah,
that are difficult to automate,
almost impossible.
and they require a fine touch,
Real fine touch, fine tuning.
fine tuning on a regular basis, and no one knows better than you do, except for Mo. Mike Tyson
Hey!
will not face criminal charges for apparently hitting a plane passenger. We rewatched the clip yesterday because Ryan, I guess, hadn't seen it. Actually, that was what we got copyright infringement for. It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
I think it was TMZ or something like that. Here we have a comment. Mo seems to play games on the job. How would he know about FIFA? Fire him.
No. He's not playing games. I got a close eye on Mo.
I'm actually like not doing thumbnails. I'm just playing video games on my laptop.
Here we
right
have
now.
another comment. The woman that created the Nike swoosh was paid $37, the biggest ripoff in history.
Is that a fact?
I don't know. It doesn't. I mean, I'm sure whenever the swoosh was made,
Right. The company was not
there was
anything at that point.
nothing of value really
37
there.
might have been decent back then too, right? Like I don't know, maybe that's the
$37
equivalent of like 1,000 now. You
You're
made
talking
a
inflation.
check mark.
It's a hell of a logo, though, isn't it?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's real good. Yeah.
It looks fast.
It just looks great. It's probably one of the best logos kicking around. Huh?
Like most recognizable.
Other than the golden arches.
Some people are backing up your FIFA conspiracy stuff, Mo. You're right in the mix now. I think FIFA's coming for after the things you
Got
said.
it.
Mo was just like, I think FIFA is generally terrible the last couple of years in the treatment of others, including myself. And I'm like, Mo, how do you know this? He's like, just rumors.
No, I watched a YouTube video, so you can't
Well,
just
that's
like.
where everything starts.
Yeah.
I watched a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Most shorten them. Eh?
Oh, that's what it's about. Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm shorting their stock and I'm
EA?
using my influence.
Actually, yeah, I guess EA would benefit in this case for severing ties.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they're taking a step
So
back.
then you wouldn't be shorting EA. You would think it was a good move for EA.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway. Never mind. You know, one day we're going to have Mo's ticker at the bottom, which is going to just be all of
My
his
holdings.
All of his holdings.
And it's all red, dude.
And it's
It's
just gonna be-
all red
Yeah,
right
stuff
now.
is rough, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's rough right
rough
now.
stuff. You
Rough
might call
stuff,
it. You might call it rough stuff. What's going on in the crypto? Same idea.
I think so.
I
haven't
Willie
been
Doo
really
perked
checking.
up on that
Yeah.
one. Who said crypto?
I heard Bitcoin dropped under 31.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Well, anyway, listen. I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade. We're in this for 5 years anyway, Mo.
Yeah. I'm buying a farm.
You know how this goes. 5 year plans here.
Yeah.
No 5-minute plans around here. 5-year plans around here. 15-year plans around here.
Long
50-year
term.
plans around here. No 5-minute plans around here.
Okay.
Yep.
No charges for Mike Tyson. Let's find out why. Mike Tyson will not face criminal charges over an incident caught in video last month that appeared to show the former heavyweight boxer hitting another plane passenger multiple times. Yeah, we saw that. The guy was kind of harassing him. I think it's fair to say. It is simply a case that does not belong in the criminal court. If they want to sue each other, that's their business. Well, don't give them any ideas. Don't give people any ideas.
He's had this idea. already.
The suing, really? The video published by TMZ does not show the entirety of the incident. A water bottle was not visible in the footage. Townsend has denied throwing a water bottle at Tyson. His attorney previously said his client is a big Mike Tyson fan and alleged in a statement last month that Tyson became agitated by an overly excited fan and began to strike him. This situation could have been avoided simply by contacting a flight attendant. Our client denies throwing a water bottle prior to being struck by Mr. Tyson. There's stuff missing in the clip, which always makes you question, why is it cut this way? What am I missing? But I just have a hard time believing that Tyson randomly, after many years of being relatively calm, just decided to randomly start beating on whoever without some degree of provocation. But that's just speculation. You might even call it a rumor if you're Mo. But yeah, so there you go. The judge is saying it's nothing to do with my criminal court. And if you want to sue each other, sue each other. I don't know who's suing who. I guess you probably would have someone would sue someone, and then there'd be a counter situation, and Johnny Depp, Amber Heard.
There you go.
God, that was for the algorithm.
Yeah.
This entire episode has been about.
Just so we get surfaced.
Here's how you go to the top of everyone's suggestions.
All right. Say those two names.
No, it has to be right now. It has to be some kind of Amber Heard reaction.
Right.
Like there's one where she's wincing like this, and I can't get it out of my. I haven't clicked on. I haven't clicked on a single Amber Heard. You cannot defeat it. The algorithm.
It tells you what you want.
It's like everyone else wanted it.
Yeah. Why don't you?
You sure you don't? Well, see, that's the thing about the. Anyway. They all loved it. Can you love it too?
Right.
You sure you can't love it? Don't look away from me, Mo. Well, it's like you're clenching your teeth. I do not have to look across there.
So angry.
The pointing.
Many of our test subjects loved this clip.
Right.
You're one of our test subjects.
Why don't you love it?
Even if you don't love it now, you'll eventually love it. Where is the agency in that? I don't even know. Because when it's a story and it's drama and then you're invested and then you can't get out, or at least that's the effect it's had on some people. I mean, I can get out because I'm everywhere. I can't even be in front of that. People will be yelling at me. What the hell are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm catching up on Amber Heard's testimony.
You got places to be and things to do.
It's not happening for me. So maybe that's
This is your message to the algorithm. Stop giving me these recommendations.
Honestly, the only way is to be unavailable.
Yeah.
Unavailable. Log on and use it the way you used to. Only look for the things that you know you want to watch.
Right.
Do you do the not
Steer
interested?
clear. I'm going to do some not interested,
Like
Will.
the survey.
Or don't recommend this channel?
Yeah.
You should.
You know what I'm going to do, Will?
Okay.
I'm going to say I'm not interested. I got a crazy idea.
All right.
I'm going to say I'm not. No.
That's my idea.
Listen, when you're already crunched for time, now I'm pruning and trimming for them? For them after everything.
Everything he says.
Yeah, I mean, watch what you want to watch, whatever you got to do. Some people, they want to get updates on this. I don't even know, what are we even talking about anymore with that? What are we even talking about anymore? You know, he said, she said.
Well, it's her half of the trial now.
Oh, okay.
It's, you know what it is?
Go ahead,
It's
Ryan.
water cooler talk where if you don't keep up and know what's going on, you're not part of the water cooler conversation.
Where are these water coolers?
I don't know. They have them, though.
That's what I want to
They're
know.
out there.
We should get one in here.
Everyone always says water cooler talk.
We should talk
I
around
haven't
it.
seen a water cooler in 40 years. And I'm not even 40 years old.
No, get out of here.
Where are they?
You had one in the old studio that took the
No, that was
moisture
the,
from the
that
air.
was the
and
fart
then-
water. That was the fart water.
What? What?
I drank that all the time.
Oh my God. No, a real legit like Culligan
Oh,
water
and they come and
tank.
change it, and the guy comes.
No, normally you gotta do it.
That's a cool sound.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
Oh, hook it up. It's not a
you
big
want to
deal.
know
Make a
this
phone
entire
call.
place is a water cooler.
It is.
People are chatting all over the place.
Yeah.
Chat over there, chat over here, chat on the air, chat in the room. Take your dog to the bathroom with you. Have a chat. Go outside in the back, soak up some sun, have another chat.
Yeah. Somewhere in that we get work done.
Eating lunch? Why don't you chat about it?
Quick chat. Yeah.
Got a new item of clothing. Let's chat.
Well,
He
you
wears
want that
shoes
to
like
happen.
that.
Yeah.
Jeez, this guy.
Well, actually, that was the real test, right? If you clicked on it or not. That was the real life clickbait.
Right.
And
I think it's a little unfair.
You guys clicked away. No,
Right.
listen. I think when something subtle changes and you notice, that's like, attention to detail.
Okay.
When something enormous changes, you don't give in.
You just let it be.
You don't give in. The other person's
Okay.
like, hey man, didn't you see my big change? Don't you see my
If
changing?
I come here without a beard one day,
Don't you see my changing?
what do you say?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
Not a
I'm
word.
going to test this.
Not a word. I promise you that. But you come in here with a graphic tee,
Yeah. We're talking about it. There's a clip for it.
you're not getting away with that. It's got to be major. Marcello dropped from Leon first team for farting and laughing. Oh, speaking of fart water, in dressing room. Is this your story, Ryan?
No, but I wouldn't kick him off the team. I think it sounds hilarious. I don't know what's
Well,
going on
is it
there.
the farting or the laughing? Brazilian defender Marcelo was dropped from Leon first team due to continuous. There's a certain
Kept
amount.
doing it.
There's a certain amount, Ryan. Continuous farting and laughing. This is on ESPN. Wow.
Yeah, maybe the guy had some chili the night before. I don't know. What do you mean continuous is like the whole season?
Continuous, nonstop. As ESPN reported in August, the 34-year-old was expelled from the senior squad following Leon's 3-0 defeat. Marcelo was caught laughing during Captain Leo Dubois' speech to rally the troops following the game, which didn't go down well with manager Peter Bose and sporting director Janino. However, according to ESPN sources, Marcelo was also disciplined by the club for repeatedly farting among his teammates in the dressing room and laughing in the presence of Janino and Bose. That's interesting. Repeatedly farting among his teammates.
Like in the change room.
Farting among. So I don't know that I've ever seen those words together before. Farting among. Like imagine I'm like, Mo, stop farting among us.
Right. It seems too.
What? It's like formal. Do not fart among your teammates.
Was it the noise or was it the smell or was it a combination? Because I mean,
I think it's more the general sentiment of goofing around. I mean, that's the way I'm reading it because apparently someone's trying to rally the troops and he's farting and laughing about it. Right. See, you can't even keep it straight if that's going on. You can't even in that circumstance focus on the game.
that's true. That's a good point.
You can't.
They are getting paid millions of dollars. That's a good point. But
You
it would
can't
be
focus.
It would be fun. It would loosen the vibe in the dressing
Yeah.
room. You know, you have a good laugh
Yeah.
before the game. You
But what
loosen
if you
up.
want the vibe to be serious?
Yeah. So he got kicked off. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, that's the
Dropped.
sound. That's the sound of it right now.
And then what? He goes to the other teams like, "Hey, so tell me again, why do you not have a job?" He's like, "Well, I was farting and laughing, and
He's gotta
they didn't
tell
like
us.
me."
Yeah.
And then maybe he has to sign like a no fart clause when he comes to the new team.
Well, have you ever heard like they would say if you're goofing around, some people like maybe a teacher when you were in grade 7 was they stop farting around.
Yes.
This guy is actually farting around.
Right.
I wonder if that
Among us.
I wonder if that terminology has any kind of like. Imagine if you had really good control and you could fart on demand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
What do you mean really good control?
You could screw up environments if you really wanted to. Sidetrack situations.
Or
Like-
just lighten the mood.
Like we don't know what his level of control is.
Yeah.
Right.
This could all be on demand.
It's like timed,
Yeah,
like a
it-
joke.
Because when you're giving him the credit, you're giving the benefit of the doubt and saying maybe you ate this or that.
Like a protein shake, there's certain things that are
But
getting
what
more.
if this was intentional?
Maybe. But it's odd that you're talking about your livelihood. So he must have got a warning at some point in time, like, hey, Marcello, let's just calm down the farts, or you're gonna get kicked off the team,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's not really fair. Just to
Well,
kick-
everybody has a threshold.
yeah.
Everybody has a threshold, and I would assume that this wouldn't be a one-time deal.
No, it had to be multiple, and they.
Like even you have a threshold.
I have a threshold.
If all of a sudden Mo starts,
Just ripping and tooting.
like if he's farting among us, there's a limit to it. We're gonna go, man. At some point, we got to get something done here.
Yeah. I can understand where they're coming from. I need more context to really give my thoughts, like how many farts, like how many people, how tiny was the room?
Yeah.
Was it really? Could you not breathe? Like, did people have to get out of there? Did it disrupt things? It probably did. What kind of noises
Were
are we
there any
talking
medical
about?
consequences to those that were
Maybe,
nearby?
yeah, who
Toxic
knows?
material.
It's kind of rude. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
multiple,
Well,
it can get rude.
Here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe this guy, if they say this is the reason you're fired, he could definitely get the lawsuit going himself.
Yeah,
and
that's a
say,
good
hey,
point.
that's a medical or that's a
control
diet
it,
that's
yeah.
related to a diet, a performance diet, a high performance diet. I'm high octane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm high octane. That's just the exhaust pipe.
Yeah, and they probably should have kept this in the dressing room. Why is this all plastered all over the news? Like, that's the guy, and he's farting, and like you said, maybe there was some issues internally,
Yeah.
and he couldn't help it.
Maybe.
And now he doesn't have a job. Guy's got kids, family. Who knows?
Maybe. Well, the laughing though.
Yeah,
if you
the
had a condition, I
laughing.
don't know if you're laughing.
That's a good point.
So
They had to add laughing on there.
yeah.
All right, let's move along there.
Audi's RSQ e-tron hybrid Dakar racer is gassed and amped.
These headlines are awesome.
Well, did you do? Don't lie to me. That wasn't on
It got
purpose.
me.
No, but
No, but gassed,
gassed.
after the farter.
You didn't
No,
do that
no,
on purpose,
no, no.
right? That just happened, man. Holy
Oh,
Matrix!
This is amazing.
What's even going on? This is more gas than the last guy.
You can't plan this stuff.
I'll take 2 of these, Will. What do I got to pay? Take a spin in Audi's gasoline electric hybrid rally racer. I mean, you obviously can't buy this. So ridiculous. It's airborne in this image that we're looking at, although there's more photos that we also have to look at. The best thing I saw in Italy was a bus driver shaking his fist at a flock of sheep, blocking his way down a narrow road set against a hillside covered in wild lavender. He had a glorious mustache and an extensive vocabulary of what I assume were sheep-related curses. The second best thing was the dashboard of Audi's RSQ e-tron, which flashed my name across its digital display. I only saw it for a second, and then I drove through a stream, and all I saw was water. This is coming via Car and Driver. Check this beast out.
Wow.
Never mind a Bronco, Willie do.
Whoa.
Get yourself one of these and say no to nothing. You're going everywhere. Where can't you go in this?
Toronto? Like parking in the city?
You said it so formally, dude. Toronto?
Well, after Among Us.
Among Us? Yeah. So is this going to actually pop up in a race, or is it just strictly a concept situation?
I think eventually there would probably be a league for it, right?
Wow.
I think there's a distinction.
Well, at the moment, they're calling it e-tron, but it's actually a hybrid, which is interesting because all their other e-tron products are fully electric, right? Mm-hmm. But But then they said hybrid above there. I mean, whatever. It's an absolute monster. Maybe it's a range-related thing because with rally cars, you're going for a while, aren't you?
Yeah.
Day and night in some scenarios. Cool. Do you have any other specs on it? Do we have some horsepower specs or something? You probably got to go back to the main article here.
The like hood scoop thing on the roof, that's like for air, so that like exhaust, isn't it? So they can
Probably
go right
for
under
cooling.
the water. Yeah. Oh, cooling.
Oh, you thought it
okay.
was a snorkel?
That's what I thought, that you can go right under the water, or she or whoever's driving it, I
Maybe.
guess.
Let's see here. Audi brought me to Italy to get a taste of what its racing drivers experience piloting the RSQ e-tron in the 2-week-long Dakar rally in Saudi Arabia. This is real deal, man. They're already using this thing.
Oh.
Just replaced nearly 6,000 miles of skyscraper-high sand dunes, rocky desert terrain, and high-speed navigation with 3 laps around a small dirt track on a perfect spring day on a farm in Sardinia. Here, the biggest distractions were the cows, all of which were wearing cute little bells. So he got a really exclusive test drive on this thing that is actually apparently being used in competition. 37-inch BF Goodrich tires. Audi's race machines have always had an intimidating presence. All the scoops and fat fenders and a general sense of violence. This guy's going for it with this article,
he's
by
really
the way.
painting a
He's
picture.
going for it.
Yeah, read the end.
Oh, there's Ken Block. Cool. Did he get to drive it? I can sense a really expensive, highly produced video if Ken Block gets his hands on this thing. If we want, here's a quote from the team. If we wanted to make it even the first fueling stop on battery power alone, this is in reference to what I was talking about, the e-tron branding, we would have required a trailer to haul it. When Audi started work on the RSQ e-tron project, the FIA still did not have rules in place that were applicable to the electric racer. By the time the car hit the starting line, its powertrain's output was limited to 288 kilowatts or approximately 386 horsepower, and its onboard fuel capacity was capped at 300 liters, which is 79 gallons. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. We need 1,000 horsepower on this deal. But yeah, in these rally races, it's kind of what you need is a little different. You need some stamina in there as well, and harsh conditions and so forth. And they have rules around how powerful things can be and weights and so forth. But anyway, it's a hybrid, not a fully electric for now, until they can figure out one of these, similar to Formula E, I guess. Eventually they can do full electric rally. That'd be cool. Judge denies request for Isaiah Lee release in Dave Chappelle case. Oh. Well, that's interesting because I remember hearing
30 grand bail.
And the lack of felony charges.
Oh, I did not hear that. Interesting.
But I guess they're still holding. The man who allegedly attacked comedian Dave Chappelle during a live show in Los Angeles was denied his shot at freedom by a judge on Tuesday. Isaiah Lee, 23, appeared in Los Angeles County courtroom where Judge Armenui Ashvanian rejected his public defender's bid for him to be released on his own recognizance and left his bail unchanged at $30,000. Lee did not speak and sat next to his attorney, Chelsea Padilla, who told the judge her client was on track to receive housing, which he could lose if he remained in jail. It would be a significant hardship placed on Mr. Lee if he is not released. He does have ties to the community, and at most, we are asking for house arrest with an ankle monitor. Wow. Thank you for the support, DJ Medusa. You're correct. We never know when the copyright vampires will be coming for us. Got to put up. We got to do like the Best Buy employees and put up the formation.
The defense.
Yeah, the super chat defense. So they said, hey, we'll do house arrest, we'll do the ankle monitor, and the judge is like, nah, I'll take the 30 G's or nothing at all. Interesting. Very bizarre case.
We still don't know the motive, do we?
Is there really one in these type of cases? Is it a split-second decision? Is there mental illness involved? Let's be honest here.
But there's no interrogation just yet?
He pleaded not guilty to 4 misdemeanor charges. misdemeanor charges. So that's the thing, I guess. What is that outfit that he's wearing? That's different, is it not?
Yeah. Like a Velcro.
I think he has an injury, like his arm or something. Maybe
Well,
that's
yeah.
it.
He's
From-
got a sling on.
From
Yeah.
that beating that took place. Let's see the quote go down a little bit more right there. The conduct in this case was very egregious with regards to what Mr. Lee did. Fernandez said it was premeditated. Ooh, premeditated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Lee had a weapon on him when he did this act. Well, he's trying to make the case that it was premeditated, obviously. This is what he was carrying.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That is really weird that he got it into the event. Because in one sense, it looks like a gun,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
shaped like a gun. In another sense, it's actually a knife. Very bizarre choice.
Both weapons.
He was armed with a knife that appeared to be a handgun. Now, for me, you go on stage, you're carrying that, you tackle Dave Chappelle. I don't know. It seems pretty criminal to me. And, but I've been saying since the beginning, man, you got to be looking at your security sideways too and saying,
Yeah.
how you letting this stuff in?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's always mistakes that are made. Isaiah Lee appeared in court in a padded suicide gown and is reportedly receiving mental health services.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me that maybe there's some
Lee
mental-
believed the attack would bring more attention to his grandmother's situation, who added he thought Lee appeared to be mentally ill. Yikes. I mean, it's not good. Not good at all. And I mean, the premeditated part is key in any kind of criminal scenario, but it's
Right.
really hard when the mental illness thing gets involved.
Right. What were their
How do you
intents?
prove the premeditatedness of it? Is the presence of the weapon enough?
Did you know? Did you read the bottom of that there? That's interesting. Like, he talked to him before he was taken away. That's odd, if you ask me.
Well, I think they were basically, him and his people were basically holding him in place,
until
right? He
the
hasn't been
police
arrested
came.
at that point. So
Okay.
I think you might want to know. I think I would do
Why?
that.
Yeah.
What exactly were you trying to do? I mean, he's beat up at that point. He's kind of helpless at that point once they had him. They, it was a
I see. Okay.
huge group.
This is Ryan's story.
A Canadian story.
Yeah, there's a local component to this, like really local.
Thousands of fake toonies have been seized in Canada. Wow, I haven't even held a toonie in a while. I'm always tapping everything.
Yeah.
This is how you can tell if you have a fake one. Whoa. Just the foot of
The polar bear, I assume?
the polar bear. That's subtle. I'm supposed to examine my toonie to that extent?
No, nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing it. So everyone's accepting the counterfeit toonies.
It's also not a big hit. You know, like if I got a counterfeit $100 bill
Yeah.
or a counterfeit
You're
toonie,
paying more attention.
Yeah.
For those that don't know and who are not in Canada, which is most of you, a toonie is a coin worth $2.
Yeah.
It's
And
cool
instead of
because
being a
it's like
bill.
two materials.
It was a huge hit when
know?
it first came out and it replaced the $2 bill. I mean, I didn't want to carry more coins, but in the schoolyard, the cool part was you could actually get the gold portion out the
of
gold
the-
colored portion out of the ring portion.
Yeah.
And so kids would attempt it. It'd be like the toonie was cool for a minute. Maybe not so much anymore, but it's definitely cool for these counterfeiters.
Yeah.
Apparently, an Ontario man has been charged after approximately 10,000 counterfeit toonies were discovered circulating in Canada. 10,000
That's a lot.
Which is only $20,000
Times two.
I know.
times 2.
That's a lot of work. It sounds like.
I wonder if those counterfeit coins will work in the vending machines. I wonder if it's some part of a vending machine scam.
Right.
I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
But then you just get
is-
lots of treats.
Free snacks.
That's what we need, man. We
we need
treats.
snacks in this
We
place.
need a vending machine, but you don't have to pay anything. You just
Right.
No, I'm gonna set one up.
That's
where
a
you-
dream vending machine. You just hit the buttons and
Just hit the button.
does that exist? A vending machine you don't have to put coins in?
My kids would
Well,
love it.
yeah.
Without no tap, it's just a free vending machine.
But you still get to push the buttons
Yes.
and see it fall out.
Yes.
See, I think if I put a vending machine in here that you have to pay, I'd be raking it. Like, I'll leave.
Man, you would absolutely be raking it. No doubt.
No, that's not a bad idea.
All of a sudden, I see Kurt shaking
Well, for sure,
it.
somebody would stock it. Like if we would just like, hey, we just want a vending machine. For sure, somebody would stock it.
I would stock it.
But the margin would be huge. It'd be like an $8 Coca-Cola Coffee. According to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, an investigation was launched in the summer of 2021 after the Royal Canadian Mint discovered an ongoing counterfeit currency issue through their random sampling process. Police said through the investigation, the RCMP seized approximately 10,000 counterfeit toonies, which had been placed into the Canadian banking system. Oh, okay. So they're depositing them. That's a bit different. Well, I guess they make it into the deposit regardless at some point. Police said the seized counterfeit $2 coins can be distinguished by their primary characteristic flaw of having a split toe on the front right paw of the polar bear, which resembles a claw. Wow, it's so specific. Everybody's checking their toonies now. If you got one, everybody's checking their toonies for a split toe. That's just the piece they couldn't get right, I guess.
But did you show up? It was actually Newmarket, which is even closer.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it was nearby. Oh,
Yeah.
RCMP arrested 68-year-old Richmond Hill.
Yeah. Oh, Richmond Hill.
Richmond
sorry.
Hill
Okay.
man named Daek Song Hee
And then he's going to go to court in Newmarket. I
has
see.
been
Okay.
charged with uttering counterfeit money and possession. Uttering?
Yeah, that was odd. I don't know if that's a mistake.
Uttering.
I don't know. That
Shouldn't it
doesn't
be
mean that
issuing?
talking about it.
I don't know. I don't know. According to police, he's arrested and released on an undertaking. Yeah, all right. Check your toonies. Check your tuners. Here's a guy hit a cane in an amazing way. How do you hit a cane? Whoa.
Whoa. That's.
Oh,
Beer
is it
cans.
supposed to be can?
Oh.
Is it supposed to be can?
Yeah,
Did
it's
I put
supposed to
an
be
E?
can.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. So we're at some sort of professional baseball game. Mm-hmm. And the outfielder has an extra ball he's throwing up to the crowd, and boom,
Takes the top one.
he only takes the top can with incredible accuracy.
That's amazing.
Almost hard to believe.
Yeah.
Let's see it again. He's quite a distance away. Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had to just barely touch it, right? Because
Yeah.
if the whole mass hit it, it may have jiggled the one below. He had to tap
Yeah.
that baby off, so the ball hits just the side of the can. Wham!
Those guys had a few beer.
Unreal.
What do you think, Ryan? Real or fake?
Go
Go ahead.
Gosh.
Go ahead.
This one, I'm gonna say real.
He's gonna
I'm
say,
gonna say he hit it.
real.
I'm also gonna say that that's maybe not the first time the attempt was made. This could be happening all season, right? I don't know. I don't know if this is the only time.
Are you saying you're lacking information here, Ryan?
Could be.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going real though.
Well, yeah, that happened. Yeah, he did it.
That's amazing. Yeah, they definitely could practice it. You're right. Here we have an orca luring in a tasty snack using the dead fish it was fed by humans. So it's trading the dead fish for a bird. Go for the fish. Take my bait. I'm more intelligent than you. My brain is far larger. Go for the fish. Go for the fish. Go for the fish. And you're mine. And it only need to get a piece of the wing.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a trade. Even the orca barters.
Nature.
Bartering a dead fish. It would prefer a live bird.
Oh.
That's the crazy part about having those in captivity. Man, the intelligence level is out of control.
Unreal.
I mean, I know that how do you gauge such things, but like this one is smart.
This one's a clever one.
And,
for sure.
and it doesn't even pounce at the wrong time. It waits for the perfect moment,
It actually kind of like pulls back.
knowing that the bird would be most susceptible at its point of contact. Once it's got the fish, it's probably not going to let go. It's going to be a little bit more caught off guard because it has to look away for a second to grab the fish.
And you're right, the orca does go back a bit.
Yeah.
To let 'em
Create the
get in
space,
there.
create the space. Bam, you're mine.
But
And you're going below the water
Yeah.
too.
you could
Quick
argue that it might be a not so smart bird. Like those other birds are probably a little smarter than that guy.
Talking about a
Like,
bird brain?
Yeah. Like out of the 10 birds there, maybe that guy, happened to be.
Well,
the
you
one.
only need a full one to get a meal.
Exactly. That's what I'm
so-
saying. He's got the orca.
Yeah,
has-
but the orca, we were just talking about the guy hitting the can.
Yeah.
And you're saying, maybe practice. I feel like the orca's done this before. He's saying round one.
Yeah.
And it's done, I don't think it's a first attempt. I think this orca has a system.
Right.
He's got a system.
I think this orca's a serial killer. As it should be.
Yeah,
It
right.
used to be called a killer whale when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is a proficient killer. What a beautiful thing, though. You got to love it. I mean, to watch the intelligence on display and to see the craftiness.
It reminded me of a crocodile. The way they just like go on they get them by the shore.
The thing is that this orca is so capable, right? Such a beautiful killer.
Right.
That you got it in his captivity and you got the dead fish going through it.
Right.
And this
It's no
guy's-
fun.
This guy's like another dead fish, man. This is
He's
I'm
itching to
not
play.
I'm not built for this. I'm not built for this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create a game, even if I don't want these bird feathers,
Right.
so that I can kill still because I'm a killer whale.
He's a
Right.
killer.
It's in his nature. And
And
Otis.
Otis
oh my
apparently
God.
there's a makeout session going on.
Hey,
Cut to Ryan's camera. It's getting a little much for me
down.
over there.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
feeling uncomfortable.
we're going to get demonetized for
Holy,
sure.
that was a bit
We're dead.
much.
Oh my God.
I don't know what. Maybe it was I don't know. Otis is into me today.
Nothing comes between a man and his lawn. And here we have a van. And you know what, guys? I got a dip right. Is this the end of the show?
This is the last one.
This is the last one. Okay, you guys got to do it without me.
Okay. Well, this is a working van. We know that because there's
Yeah.
ladders. So it's not my van life type van.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
So this guy is.
Whoa, in a storm, it's.
It's
Dad.
like a heavy tornado.
What are you doing? And he answers mowing the lawn.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what?
heavy.
This video reminds me, I was walking in my neighborhood just like a week ago, just when the weather was turning good.
Okay.
And I was amazed with how many people's lawns were already amazing. Like the weather
Immaculate,
just
yeah.
got good.
Yeah.
How is your lawn already amazing? I don't
Grass
get
is
it.
completely green.
People.
There's no
I mean-
patches.
That's what it is. You can't
But-
get.
It's these types of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
got-
go above and beyond.
They got
Wow.
time and they get after it early. They get the fertilizer
Yeah.
out, the seed. They're into it. It's a pride thing with your lawn, right?
Oh man.
I mean, it's not very many people, but the ones that do, they like the lawn, the green lawn.
Do you got a lawn?
Yeah, I got a lawn. But it is hard to take care of a lawn to make it look that good.
Yes,
Like you have
I
to be
agree.
on like the weeds,
Right.
everything.
Right. Have you ever done like the hiring of people?
No.
No?
I have,
Will?
I have an intimate relationship.
You got a lawn?
Lawn.
I have a lawn, yeah. It's a pretty small lawn, so I just take care of it myself.
Right. It's easy enough.
Yeah.
It's easy enough. All right. Well,
All right. Cool.
there's
Well,
today's show without Lou.
First time ever.
Ending the show without Lou today. All right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for everyone who joined, and thank you for the super chats.
Much
We'll
love.
see you on the next one
All right. Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah.